This is session 26 of what is now becoming known as the Pi Friends. Session 25, just to recap, the group have been exploring / stumbling through a large floating library filled with mages, or previously filled with mages. And last session saw them talk to a few mages, try to engage a few mages, and then spend the rest of it running from a mind flayer who the group managed to stun and force to teleport away, but not before he swore sweet revenge on our Tortle Duvar. There was a little bit of exploring after that point, in which you found that most of the mages were then dead, and you started to recover a number of your possessions. Now, Kassar has become sort of his MO, decided to harvest a bit of a magical tree, which didn't like this too much, and promptly whacked him one. Upon which he decided to flee, and the group have retreated to a room they believe to be safe and were looking to take a long rest.
I don't like the way you said believe to be safe.
You believe it to be safe?
Yeah, I know. I know. There's nothing wrong with what you said. I'm just worried about it.
As you should.
As is David's MO.
I'm going to befriend that mind flayer. That's the only way.
I like your optimism.
It's going to be my best friend.
Yeah, I don't believe he will be, but you know,
Oh.
I'm happy to be surprised.
Better get those dice being 20 with to get him to believe me. I've got to get into the program. I forgot.
Okay, so that's roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
So just waiting for the image to render properly. I need to really resize these images. They're much larger than they need to be.
Ah, there is the giant chicken.
Waiting for the map to render.
Yeah, it's a bit long.
Mine's loaded okay.
Yeah, mine's okay.
Yeah, mine's fine.
Okay, so I believe your intention was to take a long rest.
Yeah.
That is correct.
With a shifting watch.
Okay, so for our viewers at home, what's the watch rotation?
I suggest that whoever Kassar and Duvar are probably last on watch, so they're most guaranteed to get their long rest because they are bashed to high hell.
I will go. Last of it, I'd already done a long rest. I know how much damage I had.
I will go last.
Yeah, Kassar last, Duvar before hit. Should we just do it in hit point order? So
sure, why not?
So yeah, the first person would be Cluck, then Kretel, then me, then Duvar, then Kassar.
Okay, can you all make a perception roll just to cover your part of watch, please?
Perception roll. I need to click on my character. Come on, select. Right.
Hey, Clock is perceptive today.
Yeah.
He really needs his long rest. Okay, then you'll be all pleased to hear that you will be able to spend the next 8 hours resting with nothing untoward happening, although Duvar, Kassar, and everybody but Kretel, you get uneasy thoughts from the rest of the statues in the room. So in the southwest and southeast corners. Now, they don't move, you don't see anything, You believe you're half seeing something there, but you're not sure if it's exhaustion or the room playing tricks on you or something more sinister.
Okay. Well, this place is creepy, so.
That's it.
So, long rest. Just hit the take long rest button with the tick box.
Yeah.
You do.
And I sleep easy, not knowing anything's going on at the south of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just all night we just hear Kratel in the corner room like completely smashed.
That sounds
He just
about right.
sits inside his plate armor.
Right.
Yes. Kratel is blissfully unaware that his armor plate is actually a mimic.
Whoop.
We're losing him. We're losing him.
We're losing him.
Losing me?
Yeah.
You did
Oh, dear.
drop out for a second.
Okay. The moment is gone. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't get the plate armor. Ulfar did.
I thought you already had some.
No.
To be honest, I'm just going off of what your character looks like on the map. I thought you already
Yeah.
had some.
No, I'm still in chain.
Right.
Okay, alright. Alright, and all of a sudden I wake up and I feel much more perceptive of everything.
I just don't like those statues right there. They look evil to me, suspicious. Very unhappy about them.
Yeah, so the
Exactly.
statues are sort of positioned and dressed as heroes of old.
Right.
Also, considering the first statue turned into that thing, and I'll point at the corpse of the mimic still lying on the floor. I say,
Yeah, it's kind of
I-
like a pool of
Yeah.
mimic, so it has no shape of its own. Now it's dead.
I'll say, I think you're quite right to worry. We don't know what that is.
Well, if we don't have to wake it up, I say we don't.
Agreed.
Keep Kazar away from anything.
Yes. Yes.
What do you mean, me? I do nothing bad. Right. Well, I believe we have a couple more rooms to search, and then we
Yes.
have to find a way off this rock.
Yes.
Do we want to check on? Do we want to check on our fellow mages in the other rooms just to see if they're dead as well?
Kratel, you still need to hit your long rest button. It's not updated on D&D Beyond.
It should have done. I can see myself at 47 or 47.
Maybe it's just a plugin that's not working then.
I'll hit it again, but
Why not? Just for good measure.
alright, taking another long rest.
Yeah, that's better. You've done it right this time. Well done.
I double tap the button again.
Do you hit the confirm button at the bottom?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Right.
Alright. I will I'll eat something while we're camped here. So I'll consume a ration.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Eat some of that cheese.
I'm gonna have some cheese. Yes.
It's starting to get a little bit mouldy, but you figure that probably makes it more valuable clock.
Cheese gets better with age. Turns into Stilton.
Yes, so shall we check out these other rooms then?
After you.
Well, there's at least somebody still alive, otherwise we would have plummeted by now.
It's Ultron. Ultron's keeping us up.
Bum, 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 bum,
Do we see anything new in the center room, or is it much as we've left it?
You don't notice any immediate changes.
Okay. Then across to this room, and I look at the carpet with misgiving.
Yeah, but there is something down here, by the way. Don't go too far down. I met it.
Okay.
It gave me a hug.
Right. Okay. Then
I'll walk up behind them and say, I'll pull out my flask of alchemist's fire.
How about we not set the whole place on fire, please?
I'll go because I'll give that to me.
Seeing that you did that.
No, we're just gonna burn the rug, set it on fire, let it die.
Correct. The building looks that it's stone. That's correct, right?
Yes.
So literally the only thing that could burn effectively is the carpet.
In that hallway, yes.
Yeah.
Now that carpet does extend into the room, and the room is full of paper and parchment.
Books.
And books.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start walking on the carpet.
Fire arrows at it again. That worked last time, didn't it?
We don't know.
We don't know.
I'll touch him and give him guidance.
Okay.
I will tell Cluck to wait up, and I will sort of hold the bottle in my hand.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the very center of the carpet. So if there's anything there, it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Please roll damage.
Cool. 3 points of damage.
Okay, so the center of the carpet has a faint glow of holy energy.
Okay.
that could be a good place to fire arrows at.
It glows because I hit it. It's not necessarily glowing because it's real.
Yeah.
Why don't you go beat it with your stick?
That doesn't. Last time it took my stick.
So like I'm using it like a dowsing rod. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame about most of 2/3 of the way down there to sort of test that area as well.
Okay, more damage, please.
That's
much better. 14 points of damage.
Yeah, that gives off a heavy glow of holy light.
Okay.
Cluck, take me one more step. There
Cluck, you're wrapped in a carpet.
Legitimately?
Yes, legitimately, and we'll have everyone roll into initiative now.
I'm going to physically sigh and put away the alchemist's fire and shake my head.
Oh, looks like I'm going last.
I don't know. I'm there with you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to go first. No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Fire arrow at it.
No.
Go on.
Okay. So Cluck. This is its free attack, which thankfully misses. Its actual turn order attack, though, does not miss.
Eep.
And yeah, you take 8 points of damage, and you're currently smothered up in the carpet, so it's rolled around you like a burial shroud.
Do I have to do some sort of save?
No, that would come on your turn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We really haven't got a good way of dealing with these things, have we?
Using our smarts would be the way to deal with these things. It was like.
Yeah. But smarts are not abundant in this group, let's be fair.
We are not an int-heavy group, I'll tell you.
No.
I'm not quite sure what to do. Just sort of. If I go to here and I use the help action.
To do what?
I will help Cluck if I feel that he is trying to escape from the rug.
Okay.
then and only then.
I'm trying to escape.
And that's all I'll do on my turn.
Okay. Then that will bring us very quickly to Cluck's turn. Cluck, what do you want to do?
I want to kill the damn thing, but I have to get out first.
You can fight your way out. It's just you would have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
No, I'm just going to try and break free.
Okay.
What say you would like me to do?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Plus 1d4 because I gave you guidance as well.
Yeah. Plus a d4. So 19.
You are able to wriggle your way out. Now, as Kassar's helping you, I'm going to say, Kassar, you move back a square as you pull Cluck out.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be your action, Cluck.
I will use my action surge to take another action, and I'll fight in spirit.
Oh, jeez, Cluck's mad. Okay, so you've got fighting spirit, and you've also got a action left because of action surge now.
Yep.
Should assume you're using to attack.
Yep.
Okay, you hit with your first attack. You also have advantage on the attack, so you can reroll that anyway.
No better.
Roll
Okay.
damage.
Yep.
And I'm going to re-roll for 12.
Nice.
Okay. You slash off a tassel of the carpet.
I'll pick the tassel. I'll pick the tassel up and wave it in front of Cretel's torso. Spin it around.
I will sigh.
So you've still got your second attack.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Angry chicken.
Angry Clark, yeah, for sure.
So what's this one, David? Is it just a D4 and then plus whatever?
No, this is your second attack.
Yeah, it's a normal attack, so this isn't your offhand part of it.
So this would be 12 plus 2d4 plus 4. Is that right?
No, it would be... So you get 2d4, so roll 2d4 plus 5 plus 8. So the 8's the maximum you can do with the 2d4.
Okay. So 19 points damage.
Okay, you put a nasty long cut along the centre of the carpet. It's looking a bit frayed.
Good. So
now he has the other side of his scimitar, is that?
No, that would be a bonus
No.
action, and he's already used his bonus action.
Okay, no worries.
He has a lot of actions, but
Yeah.
not that many.
Yeah, that's fair dues.
Brings us round to you, Cretel.
Okay. Can it do a wisdom saving throw, please?
It can.
It's a very wise carpet.
It is not. So rolled a 15 and got an 11. So make of that what you will.
It's that good.
13 necrotic damage.
Oh, the carpet starts to rot and fray away even more. It's looking very threadbare.
I do not have anything bonus actiony that's really much use right now, so I'll just pass.
Okay, brings us round to you, Duvar.
I will throw a dart at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Stand
Does
by.
that hit?
I'm just working it out.
Okay.
It does not. It will deflect off the back of Critel's armor.
Okay. Well, I will try throwing another dart then. Why not? For my second attack?
Not dissuaded from it.
No,
Yeah.
why not? Well, I can.
Critel, all you hear is like a dink.
At least this one wasn't on fire.
Critel, if you turn around, Ulfar's just pointing at the turtle, just like it wasn't me.
Why not? I'll throw another dart at it. Why not?
That one, as Critel turns around to see what's going on, he manages to sort of move his head out of the way just in time. And that will strike the carpet.
Road damage.
Okay, well. Fine. Let's call that a day. I will
No,
bonus.
that one hit.
It did hit.
Yeah, so it hit because Critel moved his head. Otherwise, it would have hit Critel in the visor.
Right. Okay then. 1 time d4 plus 3. And there we go. 6 points.
Which is enough to stop the carpet moving.
Result. Okay.
Yeah, tap Cluck on the shoulder to say, you never really do learn your lesson, do you?
At least I attacked the carpet this time.
If I look at
it's
Cluck,
progress, I'll
how
give you
does he
that.
look like wounded wise?
He shows no sign of any fatigue or damage.
Alright, I won't bother healing yet then.
Right.
All right,
Onwards.
move forward.
You can always ask Cluck how he feels.
Right. Once I get about 2/3 of the way along the carpet, what can I see in the room from here?
Okay, so in the room to your north, you can see, first of all, the most striking image is there's a stone Medusa that's sort of the bookcases. So the bookcases around the room are made of stone, and the center bookcase will sort of come to a point, and it's carved like the figurehead of a ship. So this Medusa is sort of protruding out of the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Round the room, there are other carvings of snakes that you can see, and the carved bookcases or the chiseled bookcases, because they're all made out of stone, have got pigeonholes in them, and they're stuffed with paper. You can also see from your position 2 dead mages.
Oh no, we saved the final one.
That mind flare made short work of these.
We've actually left him alone in a room, by the way.
Yeah, but we fought off the mind flayer.
All right, I'm walking into the room.
I'm going to keep my shield between my head and the Medusa, just out of I don't trust that thing.
Step in
Exactly
this
what I was
direction.
thinking.
And I'm going to just carry on stepping in this direction. And then I'm going to walk up to the mage.
I will check
I'm
this
going
mage as
to
well.
search the mage. I'm going
And I
to
will see what I can find in the room.
Same. I'm gonna search the room.
Okay.
Okay.
What
So,
checks do you want?
I would like from the people searching the mages, survival checks, and from searching the room, perception checks, please. And you can do one or the other.
I crit in my survival check.
I've
Okay.
got 15.
Add your d6 to it.
5.
Okay. It's 28.
Yep.
So Ulfar, you will find 2 potions of healing.
Okay.
Duvar, you don't find anything that you consider of worth. There's some books that appear to be. You can read them, but they don't really interest you. So it's like it's books on what appear to be mainly goblins.
I like goblins.
Okay, then you can take the book that's entitled "A Goblin's Big Day Out."
Goblin's Big Day Out. Awesome.
Is that literally all I find was the potions of healing?
On the body, yes. Now, let's see. Kassar, looking around the room, there is one book that draws its attention, or draws your attention, and that
Okay.
appears to be a book on levitation spells.
Okay, I'll pick it out and probably walk up to Kratel, as me knowing that he's probably one of the magical people. I know Kratel a bit more than Ulfar at this point, so I'll say, is this of any interest whatsoever, and hand over the book.
I'll take a look at the book. I'm guessing I can read a bit of it at least.
Yeah, it's quite legible. Like the spine of the book does say, interesting ways not to fall. And
That's good. That's what we want.
If you want to try and like read any of the spells or anything like that, I'm gonna need an Arcana check from you. See how
Am
well.
I right to
Yep.
sort of reading it over his shoulder? Am I right to roll that as well?
Sure.
Oof. Oh, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So between you, you can't really make heads or tails of the magic that's written in it. It seems that whoever wrote this book or whoever's like recorded this did so in some sort of code.
Okay.
For the moment, I'll put it in my pack and I'll come back to that later. I have an idea.
Can I do a search on the room? Is that possible? Move up to these shelves.
Yeah, you can start pilfering through the shelves now you've done with the body. You will get second pickings.
I suppose I will do that
What
too.
do I need to? What's
Perception.
that roll? Which perception is it?
I critted my perception
Oh,
check.
God's sake. What? Stop it. We need that for later.
No, I only did a crit my perception check. I critted my extra d4 as well. Do you want another d6?
Yes, please.
So that's a total of 31 on my perception check. For an already picked through room.
Okay, so as you pick through the room, so Duval, you don't see anything, anything really that interests you.
19. I don't see anything. Okay.
No, not anything that's of note has been picked through. Ulfar, you, however, will find tucked away in between one of the sort of like less interesting books a spell scroll, and that spell scroll will contain the spell Fly.
question out of character: how do spell scrolls work in this? Can like anyone use a spell scroll, or do you have to have some sort of knowledge of magic to get through it?
So if it's not a spell of your class, which this
Yeah.
isn't,
No.
there would be a check to attempt to read it, and if you
Okay.
fail, you'd lose a scroll without the spell taking place.
Okay.
Depending on how. So there's generally with stuff like this, I tend to do a sort of a sliding scale. So if you badly fail, it
Yeah.
may like essentially not activate at all and actually like cause damage. If you
Yeah.
do a minor fail, it might just give you lesser effects, for example.
Yeah. And then the other question is, in terms of that spell or what the scroll says, is that like a spell that can be cast on a person or a group of people? Like, what does it?
So
sort of
it is
imply?
a spell that you can cast on a willing creature, and for
Okay.
while you concentrate, although it's a bit of
Yeah.
an odd one for a spell scroll, I would say just so without concentration.
Yeah.
That for up to 10 minutes, that creature could fly for up to 60 feet per turn.
Okay.
So fly faster
Okay.
than clock.
Okay. I will, because Ulfar's a good guy and doesn't have a bad in his body. He will walk over and go, I found this scroll, guys. It is a scroll of flying. I mean, it would only work for one of us, but it gives us options.
I would jab my finger at Cluck and Kratel and say, well, these two can already fly, so that's at least 3 of us. Now we just need to figure out how the other 2 get down.
This is going well. The numbers are getting better. I have hope.
I would also have a chance of being able to use said scroll.
Okay, doke. I will hold on to it for now, and once we work out how to get everybody down, we'll work out our best route.
Well, I found a book on levitation, but couldn't make heads and the tails of it, really. I'm not a magical person. Kratel has got the book.
It's not really my bag. I will have a look. I don't know that I will be any better at understanding it than any of you.
I'll take the book from my pack and hand it to Ulfar to have a read.
Okay, and here's my Arcana check. 7. Literally as bad as everyone.
You're not wrong. It really isn't your forte.
No. I like turn the book upside down. I flip through for pictures. I'm like, sorry guys, this is nonsense to me.
Well, I guess we should move on to the next room then. It's the final room.
Sounds like a plan. Let us go.
Before I step out of the room, can I have a look at this? I'd like to look at this statue just to see if I can see anything weird with it.
Okay. And is everybody else moving?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
leaving them behind.
So just hold on 2 seconds because a lot of things are about to happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Duvar, as you're looking at the statue and as your
Oh.
companions leave the room, the statue's eyes open.
Okay,
And
that's
I would
that.
like you to now make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Roll high.
Why?
Because you were looking in the face as it came to
Yeah, you looked-
You looked straight in the face of a Medusa statue.
But to say, have you not ever watched Jason the Argonauts?
Yeah.
I have, annoyingly. How do we run a Constitution saving throw on this thing?
Saving throws is like on the left-hand side
You
next
just
to your
click
stats.
the word Constitution on
There we go.
your roll 22.
No,
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
I'll go for bad news first.
You did.
You are petrified.
Yay!
So you
Okay,
are
what's the good news?
transformed, along with any item, non-magical items that you're wearing or carrying, into a solid stone.
Perfect.
The good news is that you now have resistance to all damage and you're immune to poison and disease.
Because he's a statue.
Because you're a statue. The bad news is you are currently incapacitated. You can't move or speak. You're unaware of your surroundings. You automatically fail strength and dex saving throws, and rolls against you have advantage. Now, I would like everybody else in the room to make a perception check to see if you're actually aware of what's just happened.
I was gonna say because we're all walking the other way.
You're all walking the other way.
Nope. That's a no from the
23.
Alpha. did.
So, Ulfa, is your D4 if you're aware of it, or is it just always?
I think it's always. Let me double check.
Yeah, the rest of us are leaving him behind, boy.
You can roll when you make a Wisdom Insight or Wisdom Perception check. You can roll a D4 and add the number rolled to the ability check. So yeah, just
Yeah. So it's not like guidance where Kratel has to be aware that he's been called to make an unconscious check.
no.
Okay.
No, it's just like he's just perceptive by racial denomination.
Okay. So all the hair on the back of your neck sticks up, and as you
That's
look over your shoulder, you
Ignore that.
you will see that Duvar has turned to stone, and the Medusa has detached itself from the wall, and is holding a pair of swords.
I'll be like, guys, the Medusa, it's awake, and Duvar's a fucking statue.
And with that, we're gonna
I was
roll
gonna,
initiative.
let's guess the next words out of David's mouth.
Initiative.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think you're going first, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good thing for me in future, but sometimes with the rug of smothering, you really don't want to.
Yeah.
Anything I can do?
I'm not gonna lie. The minute you said you were gonna look at the statue, I was
Yeah.
like,
I
"Fuck."
kind of.
I did just kind of think, why would you do this?
Yeah.
I mean, we already had an argument with one statue.
Yeah, the statues in here aren't really your friend.
Everybody's.
I look at the beast, notorious for staring at people and turning them into stone.
Well, hold on, everyone's moving.
Right. Right. So
Sorry, I'm just checking how its racial works. Just bear with me 2 seconds.
okay.
If it helps, I can tell you what I intend to do.
Go ahead.
Essentially run as far down the corridor as I can and then turn and shoot. So
Okay.
disengage as far as I can.
So, when when our good friend Ulfar shouts out that the statue is alive, who looks behind them?
I want to say I'll begin bolting out because the last time a thing came to life, I practically died.
So your instant instinct is to tactically get to a
Tactical withdrawal.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, you're a military man. It makes sense. Like you're, and especially as an archer, you're getting to a distance with the intention to then spin and shoot.
Well, no, the last time I was in a room and we awoke a monster of some sort, I got not pistol whipped, branch whipped, and went from like full health to near nothing.
Yeah.
I will turn round, but I will have my shield up in front of my face.
Okay. So then we'll go with you first, Kassar.
So in that case, I make it down to here, and then as I turn around and draw my bow, what exactly do I see through Clark and Ulfar?
Okay, so you at the end of the room, you can see a stone Duvar, and behind him a stony-looking but quite dissimilar now to the bookcase Medusa.
Okay. I will. Let's see. What can I do? All right. I will. I'll use a bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on it
Okay.
just at first level. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and try to shoot it. Not sure how well this is going to do.
While looking at it or avoiding looking at
I'll have to look at it to shoot it. So to aim,
Well,
I'll have to look at it.
you can avoid looking at it, but you'd have disadvantage on the roll. That's kind of how it's going to work. So you can not look at it and just blindly attack, or you can look at it and take the consequences of said looking.
I feel like playing it correctly, considering I don't know exactly what it is, and not having been told, I would look at it.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot twice with the sharpshooter attack. First for 23. I assume that hits.
That does hit.
If not, we're for a world of trouble. For 26 damage.
Okay.
And my second attack for 16.
That hits.
For another 21, so 47 piercing damage.
Okay.
And what happens to me?
You will have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Right. Oh dear. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That came up as a 2 on the dice.
You do not feel any effects.
Good, because I saw a 2 on the dice and I just went, oh fuck.
Okay. Ulfar.
Just question quickly. What was Duvar resistant to damage-wise again?
Everything.
Everything. Okay. Fine.
He
Then
is a statue.
Yeah.
It's made out of
Okay.
stone.
Okay. This may not be the best idea, but sort of it's well within my right. I'm gonna run in to here, and with my shield in front of my face, and I'm gonna cast Thunderwave.
Oh god.
First level. So I need a Constitution saving throw from the Medusa.
Okay.
Well, there goes that room.
So you're avoiding looking at her and sort of just running into position, yeah?
Yeah, I'm literally running up to where she is with the shield in front of my face, and then just popping a thunder wave.
Okay. I'm assuming she passes.
Yeah, so she takes half damage, which
Good news,
is...
Dufar. You will also take half damage.
They take 5 each.
5?
You can also. I still think you can make a Constitution saving throw on that.
For me?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Oh,
Yes. Constitution for you. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Which means if he passes, that's half, and then he has resistance, so it takes half again.
Mm.
Right. So Duvar needs to roll a Constitution save.
Yes.
Right. That's right.
So Ulfar doesn't.
Ulfar doesn't.
Cool. Okay. Cool.
Providing you're not looking at her, then there's no
No,
check.
no, I'm not. I'm hiding behind my shield.
Okay, so yeah, you just take 5 damage, Duvar.
Roger.
So, Duvar, the statue that you are will rock slightly, and around the room from Ulfar, a number of scrolls and stuff will just be launched into the air. Okay, so the Medusa will turn to you, Ulfar, and it's going to attack you.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So first of all, it's going to slash you with its short sword. Short
Okay.
swords.
Okay.
Rolling a 9 and a 16.
Misses on both counts. With my shield out, I've got a 20 AC.
Okay, and then on the final attack, it will attack you with its hair.
Okay.
Rolling a 23 to hit.
Which you will hit, yeah.
Oh, I just read that damage as
Fucking
well.
hell. Fucking
Oh,
hell.
So that's
three
Jesus,
sixes.
David!
that's 4 points of I believe piercing damage and ouch.
And a fuck ton.
He's
Yeah.
back.
Do you have any poison resistance?
No.
Then that is a lot of poison damage, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I take 26 points of damage. Okay. Lovely.
You should turn to stone. You'd be protected against that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like, I took two hits from the shield, and you're like, this isn't so bad. And then a load of snakes just appeared from around it
Just
and
around
bit you.
the edge of the shield, yeah.
Just
motherfucker.
4 of them bit you.
Yeah.
Kratel.
Okay. I will do pretty much the same thing.
Including the Thunder Wave.
No, I don't have Thunder Wave, but I do have Word of Radiant. So a con save.
Another concept. Which you fail.
Radiant.
Okay. She still looks healthy.
Right. I will also use a spell because that was a cantrip.
Okay.
Can it do a wisdom saving throw?
$18.
It passes.
Okay.
I was trying to use compelled duel.
Yeah, I haven't seen what just happened to Ulfar. Are you sure that's a good idea? I don't think your heart was in it.
Well, I've got 19 AC and I have reaction shield.
Okay.
Oh,
Anything
shit,
else for you, Kratel?
That's what I should have fucking done.
No, that was my action and bonus action.
Oh, that's so annoying. I didn't think of it. Fuck.
Would
Standard.
have made you so high on AC, it would have been like 25.
Yeah, I would have been fine.
Okay.
Oh.
Cluck.
Okay, I can't actually reach it all in one move. I'm going to get my shield out whilst facing away from the Medusa. I'm going to use my the inside of my shield as a mirror. And looking where she is, I'm just going to walk backwards up the corridor.
Okay.
To there. I'm going to get out of Kazar's line of sight, and I'm going to advance to there. And
Okay.
sit in a ready action.
So you're using as a shield, your shield as a mirror to look at her.
Well, not directly look at her, but no.
Okay.
To sort of using her reflection, because she can't tell me to stone by looking at her reflection.
Okay, so you're looking at her reflection.
Yep.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
That's not how
Yeah.
Greek mythology works, David.
Which part of this looks like ancient Greece?
Medusa's Greek.
The Medusa part.
And the flying library full of like things that suck your brains out.
I say this is D&D Medusa, not Jason and the Argonauts Medusa.
You should be.
So
Yeah, this is why I
relying
went
on
with just put it in front of my
the
head.
propaganda that's been put around by Medusas that their reflections don't actually harm you. Cluck believes it, but you feel that that's wrong as you approach her. Has this well, and
16.
it would, yeah, 16 is passed, but that would make perfect propaganda. Medusas would put around that if you look at them in your reflection,
Yeah.
that you wouldn't turn stone,
Sure.
and it's a trap.
Well, I passed. So I'm
Okay,
not.
Kassar.
Shoot this bitch.
So I'm actually going to use something I've never used before. So I'm going to use as an action. Actually, I need to check the range quickly. Yeah, so I'm actually just within range. So I'm going to use my Hunter's Sense, which allows me to essentially study a creature and learn if it has any damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are if the creature is not hidden from divination magic.
Okay. The creature has no damage, immunities, resistance, or vulnerabilities.
Oh, well, that was well used.
Money well spent.
Well, at least you know now.
It's strong / weak against nothing.
Okay, and as I can't do anything else, I'm going to turn away and head around this corner.
You bitch.
And that is where I'll end my turn.
Okay. Ulfa.
Because I've got to stay in this fight, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at 3rd level. /3. And so I get 17 hit points back. Okay, and I don't think I've got anything else I can do. Let me just double check. Bonus actions. Not because not when I've done that. Anyway, yeah, that's me done.
Oh, okay. Oh, what does she do? She continues to attack Ulfa.
Okay.
Seven, a 23.
Right, I'm going to use my shield thing so that doesn't hit.
Okay. And another 23.
Philippines runs creature for choice range.
And believe it lasts until your turn, doesn't
I
it?
think, yeah. Including. Yes, so yeah, I've got a 25 AC until the beginning of my next turn.
Okay, and then her short sword that gets past your shield is repelled by your holy energy, as are the snakes. And she will hiss horribly at you.
You cannot defeat the Stormlord, you evil bitch! Yeah.
Kutel.
Is she facing Ulfa?
I would
For the-
think
for-
so.
the-
Swinging both helms at me and
Yeah, so for the
Her
purposes
face.
of this, if you don't avert your eyes, she will look at you.
Fine, I'll continue using Word of Radiance.
You can still, I say, you can attack. You would just have disadvantage. But the way the spell's worded, so at the start of her turn, or sorry, at the start of your turn, if you're close enough to her, she can force you to make a check if you're looking at her. Otherwise, you have to avert your eyes.
Okay.
How
in
good's
that-
her eyesight? How far away do I have to run? Does
You
she
ha-
have cataracts?
You
of
have
any
no
sort?
idea.
She has thermal vision, she can see through walls.
Oh. Right, that's it. Ricocheting arrows is going to have to be the way forward.
Right. I am going to use light on my shield and make it bright white.
Hmm.
I like how you've turned into me, McNair, and run away.
Yeah, but the difference between us two is I have a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Which is a cantrip, but it's a full action, and I will try compel duel again.
Okay.
Wisdom saving of 16.
Wisdom. She failed. Okay. She will turn to face you.
Remember, my shield's bright white and glowing.
Hmm.
I like the idea. I'm a big fan.
I do as well. I'm just trying to think about whether or not it would be glowing and like glowing doesn't necessarily equal reflective. We'll see what happens on her turn.
Okay, that's my turn done. That was a action and bonus action.
Clock.
Okay, I'm not looking at her. But obviously, through the shield, I've sort of got an idea of where.
Yeah, you can not look at her, but still
Pretend
see
when-
the room,
yeah.
for example. So
All far away.
Yeah, you can.
it doesn't like,
objectively know where she
yeah,
is.
it doesn't like you're not blind. You can still see where you're going and stuff like that. You just can't look directly at her.
So I know where these two are, so I'm going to head to there. Can I attack whilst not looking at her? So I can just sort of.
You can.
No.
You would roll with disadvantage on that check.
Okay. Do-do.
Oh, and the duration is a minute, by the way, on compelled duel.
Okay.
21 and 11.
If this fight lasts a minute, then I would expect multiple people to be dead or slash statues.
Yeah.
Sorry, an 11.
And
Wait, you rolled
21.
a strength, so disadvantage you take the lowest, but you rolled a strength check. What's your attack modifier?
+8.
Okay, no, that is correct. You miss with your first attack.
Okay. I'll go again.
Just to check, Critel, neither of those are cantrips. Neither of those are concentration, are they? Well, compel duel is okay.
Compelled is, yeah.
25 and 27.
Yep, so that hit.
Roll damage.
And I will just re-roll it. Okay, I'll take the first one. for 10.
Yeah, you slash her, and she now none of you can see, but she is quite blooded by that.
Can I do my other side of my scimitar?
You certainly can.
No, I've got a roll of disappointing again, haven't I?
Oof.
No, miss with those two.
Yeah, you catch it on Duvat, and you will chip a bit of his arm.
I will pick the piece up and just spit on it and then sort of stick it back on.
Brings us to you.
Okay, I'll peek around the corner, and fire off 2 shots. I'm not going to use the sharpshooter -5 though for +10.
Shooter.
Oh fuck!
A miss.
You
Another thing hits Duvat.
you also hit Duvat.
Do you want me to roll damage?
No, that's quite fine. He is a statue after all.
Okay. And I'll fire again.
Can't be any worse than that, surely.
Nice.
There we go.
So I should add. Let me just make sure. Yep. So I forgot to add this last time, but I have sneak attack now.
Yes. Oh shit! I forgot you leveled up.
I did level up indeed. So I gained sneak attack. So I forgot to add it to the first attack, but I'll leave that and I'll just add it to this one. So I do 19 points of damage. And then I'll duck back round the wall.
Okay. And that will bring us round to Ulfar.
Seeing the Medusa turn from me and face Quetel, I use the distraction to cast Dispel Magic on Duvar. So I'll just post the details of that into the thing. So I don't know whether I need to make a check. Depends on what the level of the spell is that turned into stone. If it's 4th level or higher, I need to make an ability check.
Okay. The spell has no effect on Duvar.
Oh, so it's not a spell. So it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it has no effect.
Yeah, okay. So fuck. That's all I can do. Yeah, it's the end of my turn.
Okay. The Medusa turns to you, Quetel, and she is pretty angry. And yeah, she's gonna slash at you a few times.
Okay.
I'm going to say that your light is helping, and you can gain a +2 cover save from it.
Okay.
Just it's enough to give her pause for thought. So it's a 30, a 22.
I'm gonna use shield. That hits me by 1. So shield will put me 26.
Okay. And an 11, so you managed to fend off all of her attacks.
Yeah, she's just got 2 holy guys either side of her popping these magic shields. They're just like.
And that brings us around to your turn.
Right. I'm going to. Yeah. So she can do It will be. Wisdom 16.
Which she succeeds.
Damn it. And nothing really bonus savey that I feel like doing, or bonus action.
Brings us around to you, Clock.
I will again just attack.
A 13 does not hit.
Okay, I will try again.
Why do you keep rolling strength saves?
Because it gives him the same +8.
Yeah, it's
okay.
the same roll. It's just easiest.
Yeah.
A 22 does, though.
I'll re-roll. I'll take the 9.
Mhm. Anything else for you, Clock?
I will attempt to roll my second half.
That also hit.
Burn up 2 points of damage.
Okay, she's starting to look weak. Brings us round to you, Cassandra.
Come on,
Finish her.
finish her off.
I say I'll pop round and I'll do the same, but I'll use sharpshooter on this one. For 19.
It's a hit.
For 28 piercing damage.
That will slay her.
At which point I'll pop out. Be like, hey guys! Did it!
I'll take the light off of my shield.
No, McNair, we did it.
And I'll start heading down the hall.
I'll check the body to see if there's anything I can find that will help remove the petrification from doing.
Check her for any healing potion.
Okay.
I'll say the stone on Duvar. It is not a spell. You channeled my god to dispel magic upon him, but it did nothing. It's like it is some sort of strange poison. Or I don't understand.
As I come into the room, I'll
what do I need to
give him a small kick. Just see if he moves.
It hurts your foot and you take a point of damage. Okay.
Duly noted.
So I would like, so Cretel or Cluck, one of you can make the check and one of you can assist. So the person making the check would have advantage.
No, let tell.
So Cretel, a nature check with advantage. Okay. So there's a couple of things that you believe might be useful on this body, although because you roll so poorly, you're going to get the choice of one of them. So I will give you the option of what you try and harvest. So you can try and harvest the head, which can be used to cast the stone to flesh spell. like continuously. The heart, which can be that could be crafted by a spellcaster into a amulet, that would be beneficial. Or the snakes, and the snakes act as a dagger that deal poison damage, and the poison damage ignores petrification. And you believe if the target takes enough poison damage, the petrification will end.
Right. Did you say stone to flesh for the first
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Then I'll try and take the head.
Cover your eyes.
Is it? Oh, so I don't think that's supposed to be stone to flesh. I think that's
It's
supposed to be
supposed to be flesh to stone, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just the guide is a I'm pretty certain that's going to be a time.
Question: If the head does a
No,
flesh to
there
stone
isn't
spell, how
actually.
come my dispel didn't work?
Because the monster stat and the creature loot tables are different.
Okay.
So
Fine.
she didn't cast a spell. It was a innate ability of hers.
Okay. Fine.
So that's why.
No, there is actually a flesh to stone spell.
Yes.
There should also be a stone to flesh spell, I believe, unless it was removed in this edition.
Yeah. So it goes on about like mounting this on a shield or a vehicle. So I'm going to assume that they meant the flesh to stone, because that would be much more useful. Unless you're fighting
Yes.
stone
Yes, it
golems,
would.
in which case it would have horrific effects.
Yeah, I assume it's a typo.
So you've
Oh,
got
that would be terrifying.
you've got the head, which can turn stuff to stone. The heart, which you could turn into a amulet, that would be beneficial, especially for charisma-related characters. Or the snakes, which you can use to cure petrification.
Okay, for the moment, I will take the snakes then.
Okay, roll 4d4. You have is 6 snakes. And for purposes of this, they are daggers that will deal an additional 4d6 poison damage. But once they're used once, they lose the ability.
The snakes die.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to start stabbing Duval with the main toe.
You are.
Are you going to do that without explaining what you're doing?
Wait, if you
I was
just
gonna
throw
say-
me out the building.
Look around the room. There may be a book on petrification in here.
You can certainly have a look, Kassar.
I will.
I will turn to everyone.
I'll look
Again-
at the shelves for anything on petrification or anything close to it.
Again,
no.
yeah.
Perception.
Cretella, are you just going to start stabbing Duval without saying it?
No, I'm gonna turn and say I'm fairly certain that using these on him should eventually remove the petrification. I just don't know if I've got enough.
I'm going to kindly ask that you wait, and let's actually see if there's anything useful in the room as well. There may be a book.
There is not.
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to check too.
Yes.
Because-
If you you weren't necessarily looking when you got a 37 on your perception or whatever it was.
yeah, I wouldn't have necessarily.
nope.
No,
Nope.
no, I find nothing.
If
I was
anything,
pretty sure I didn't see it last time.
you think it says petrification,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
No, it says putrefaction.
yeah.
It says Peter's fiction.
Okay.
All right, in that case, I'll ask Kretel exactly what he means.
Well, the snakes managed to put it in. I reckon using them on him now, it'll either do nothing or it will take it away eventually.
I sort of winced at the thought of having the snakes jabbed into me.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
I'm going to back off slightly.
I look at because I sort of walk over to Xar. I'm like, you trust this plan?
Kretel is
know-
trustworthy, even if it doesn't sound quite right to me.
Okay.
He's a trustworthy fella.
Right, I'm gonna start poking Duvar with these daggers.
In the soft bits.
Okay.
Right.
Roll your poison damage.
What was it? 4d6 or something? You
4d6.
said?
Okay. So the first snake will release its poison into him, and you will see a little bit of his stone return to flesh, but then it will quickly return back to stone again.
Does he only take half damage from this still?
No, he has these will affect the resistance from petrification.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't actually hurt him.
Guys, when I touched him with that one, it took a bit away, but then it came back. I reckon if I hand you one of these each, and we all do it at the same time.
Okay, if you say so.
Stabby, stabby.
I don't really want to touch this magical snake.
Okay,
I don't
pussy.
think we've got much choice.
Okay, I grab 2.
Well, there's 3 left. Is that right?
I had
No,
6.
5. There's 5 left.
Okay. Okay.
I'll-
So yeah,
I'll
I will.
grab
I will
2.
take however many you give me and get ready.
I'll
for that.
take 1. I'm not happy with it.
Okay, so Cloak's got taking 2. Everyone else has got 1.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and 3, 2, 3, 2, 1.
I poke up his butthole.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. With a gasp, Duvar will turn into flesh.
What just happened?
And you will now start to bleed profusely from a cut in your arm.
And a bit of, I think the bit of stone turned to flesh and then fall on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lump
Wasn't
of
the one-
flesh just falls down on the ground.
At least it wasn't from my ass.
Yeah, you've literally still got Kassar behind you with like a dagger.
I'm-
up your
I was gonna
arm.
say I'm still poking the snake up, so it's just wiggling around in there. I will, however, lean in and say, "You idiot."
I'll pat you on the back of the shoulder. Welcome back, my friend. You
What
have
just
missed an interesting day.
I'm not sure what just happened.
I will
been
just
petri-
point at the corpse on the floor.
You've been petrified by a Medusa, and we had to kill it for you.
Why do you have to look at the statue?
Okay, what's a Medusa? Okay, one of those is a Medusa then. Okay.
It turned you to stone.
Oh.
Don't look at
once-
statues again.
Once again, you owe us.
Once again, I'm pretty sure it's not just. I think that's even now.
I do not think so. You still owe us gold, Turtle
I'm gonna
Man.
pop a healing potion just while I'm. So okay.
Do not think that I've forgotten it.
Or me.
You can continue to remember it.
I'll turn and I'll stride back down the hall.
When did I owe you gold, actually?
When we paid for the teleport to here, you
I
and
don't think. I think.
Me and Kazar paid.
I think
Yeah.
the agreement was that you have first pickings, not
And-
that we owed you money, gold. back.
and that you paid us back.
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't
we've
think
underpaid.
that was it.
That reminds me. Alpha, I'd like the
Yeah.
plate armor once we're out of here, please.
But it looks so good on me. Look at
He's
it.
right. He's right. The old group called first dibs.
Yeah. I was
Anyway.
just keeping quiet on that front because I was hoping you were gonna get.
You've gone from being a very, very nice, close knit group to when we get out of here, that fucking shit's mine.
Hey, that was hard-won
Um,
gold.
in fairness, like presuming we got a second, I can derobe and you can have it now. Like
You do not want to know how long it takes to take. Well, what is it? Doth.
Yeah,
Plate armor.
fine, that's fine. I'll keep it on for now.
Okay, so
Right.
while you're all chatting, Duvar stumbles into the next room.
Of course he does.
Okay.
Andy decides he wants to have a look around.
Yeah.
If then,
So ahead of you, Duvar, you will see a room with a swirling sort of mix of stars on the floor. Looking around the
Alrighty.
rooms, you will see books on other planes and oddly winemaking.
I want that. I want that book.
I'll head up the hallway.
no dead wizards in this room. Or...
There's nothing of any sort in this room.
Then I start looking for stuff, and I take that winemaking book.
I'll get to the edge and look down at the floor, and seeing that it's all stars and stuff, I'll slowly reach out one foot and like tap on the surface to see if
Look-
it's solid.
Like a cartoon that runs over the edge of a cliff and then is on the air. And
Yeah. I'm
Just
a
walk
very,
straight in there.
I'm a normal, very non-magical human. I'm not used to this.
Mhm.
That's a good roll.
Do Duvar and Kratel seem fine in this room?
They do.
Okay, so yeah, then I will stroll in
Resolve.
and start checking
Head in.
as well.
If
All of a
everything
sudden.
seems normal.
So 23 on my perception check.
15 for me.
So there's a number of books around the room. Duvar, you will also, apart from the winemaking book, which you managed to steal before anybody else got into the room, you will see tucked neatly into one of the alcoves a familiar scroll to you. Kratel, you will see nothing. Kassar, you'll see the same books on planes and this odd scroll that Duvar seems drawn toward. Ulfar, you get the sense that there's something in this room hidden.
Ooh. Also, do I? I'll look into that in a second. Is there a book that's related to the plane that my god supposedly comes from? Because that I would be interested in if I noticed it.
I'm going to say there are books on all the planes here. Now, some
Like-
are more
like-
detailed than others.
But I wouldn't necessarily know which is which, and they're not. It's not like there's a book on that plane specifically. They're books on planes. Would that be fair to say?
There's some that cover multitude of planes in like little detail, and then there are books that are focused entirely on a specific part of a plane or a particular element of a plane.
Okay. I will grab a couple of books that seem most related to the plane that my god is from. And then I will try and I'll say I think there's something hidden in this room. I'll try and work out like what I'll have a look more closely at the general room and the floor and things and see if I can notice what it is that's got me on edge, as it were, of noticing hidden things.
Well, while you're looking, I'll give you guidance.
Cool. Do you want another perception roll? Or...
Please.
Okay, so +3 plus 2d4. Oh, I rolled really shitty. 13.
You hear the flutter of little wings.
As I see that he's looking around, if I see Duvar go for the scroll, I'm going to sort of intercept him to stop him.
That scroll's long gone.
I can hear wings. David, is there somewhere particular? Like, am I like against a wall or near the floor?
around and above you. Duvar
Um,
and Kasar would like you both to make a, I'm going to say, sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check. What's this then? Sleight of hand check? Was that dexterity or what's that?
It's
It's a
sleight of hand.
skill check. It's a skill check below
Oh yeah, I found
above
it.
stealth.
Jesus, when did your sleight of hand go up so?
When I took it as one of my rogue proficiencies, which seems about right.
well, yeah, because you already have a high dex, and then yeah.
Yeah, I already had +5, and then I took
Yeah.
it as one of the proficiencies. So
Okay,
I took.
so you will manage to grasp it before Duvar can put his greedy little mitts on it.
I won't move it from the shelf yet, but I'll lay my hand on it and say wait, knowing that they've just said that something's flying around. I'll say to Duvar to wait until we know what's in the room. Do not take anything just yet.
I can hear wings above us.
What kind of
Little
wings? Big
wings.
wings, little wings, cardboard
It-
box.
It sounds like little wings. I cannot pierce the veil of whatever is hiding. But they can
Hearing,
definitely hear them.
listening to what he's saying, can I strain to hear it as well and see if I am able to hear what's happening.
I'm going to say, based off all of your previous checks, no.
Okay.
Trying to think.
I'll just look upwards and around to see if I see anything, but sort of keep my hand on the
Yeah,
scroll.
so nobody else in the group hears or sees anything in the room.
I don't particularly like this being stood on a floor that doesn't really look like a true floor.
I'll use one of my charges of divine sense.
Of what now?
Divine sense.
Okay.
So detect good and evil, celestial fiend, undead.
Okay, you detect good from around and above you, and it isn't coming from your party. You've got used to that
Definitely
sort
not.
of feeling of grey that you get from them generally.
Guys, whatever it is giving off a good aura. I can't tell you 100% where it is, but it's it's above us.
If
Maybe
it is
we
not,
should converse with whatever's here.
It's a good idea.
Can any of you speak to these creatures? Do you know what they are?
I will say hello, but I will do it in a kind of multitude of different languages, one after the other. So, like Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, and Elf.
Okay, so Cretel goes through the welcome, bienvenue, welcome.
I like to think he does it like the guy in the Mummy, where he's trying to like find a language to get himself out of it. He just keeps pulling out a new religious symbol, like this one, no, this one.
I think of him as the as when you first boot up on a Microsoft device. You know, it comes with all sorts of different languages.
Ding dong. Ding. Okay. Does anything happen?
There is no
No.
response.
Having not heard him try in Sylvan, I will, like, following the trace of the idea, I'll call out in Sylvan and see if I get any response. Hello? Anybody home?
You will hear, disembodied and projected around you, Ulfar, a response in Sylvan.
Which is...
Hello yourself!
Do only I hear it, or does anybody else hear it?
Only you seem to hear it.
Okay.
If well, put it this way: if they hear it, they don't react to it.
Okay. I'll go. Oh. So obviously still speaking Sylvan. I did not expect this to work. Hello there. Me and my friends are looking for a way to fly and escape this island. I don't suppose you guys could help in that in any matter. Also, hi, I'm Ulfa, patron of the Stormlord.
What are you? Will come the response.
I am a man, a human man, but I serve a greater good. In fairness, and right back at you. What are you guys?
Beings. Yes, beings.
Okay.
You seem to feel that there's a chorus of responses as they all sort of nod and agree. Yes, we are beings.
Okay, nice to meet you, beings. Again, any help would be really cool. But equally, if you guys are busy, I'm not.
Is he just talking to the air?
Yeah, to
In a
everybody
language
else,
none of us speak.
you can just see him sort of standing there chanting this weird musical type language. Pretty sure Sylvan's musical. In my head, it is.
I,
It's
Yeah,
now canon.
I think that's fair to say. Yeah, Fey language.
he's a priest. You don't quite know what they're talking to. They're weird types. They believe in all sorts.
Yeah, do I get a response on my request for help?
They will say, "Why would you want to leave?" Yes, why? Stay. We can have fun. Games.
That is very nice of you to offer, but we came here to retrieve things that were
Catch.
stolen. Okay.
And a bolt of light will shoot out towards you, glowing.
Okay, I will attempt to catch it.
It passes through your hand, and there's a chuckle, or more like a concatenate of giggles. That's word of the day.
Very funny. I am not a being such as you to catch light. Although it would be very nice to stay, we have responsibility to leave. If you cannot help, that is fine. But thank you for talking to me.
So you do all see this this ball of light jump out and sort of like fizzle towards Ulfar and then pass through his hand.
Is this
Yes.
okay to take now, Kazar?
No, although seeing the light flash towards him, having seen Alfar and his other spells, it will make me tense up a little bit. I'll say to Alfar, like, "Are you okay? Did that hurt?"
No, yeah, no, we are fine. I don't know what the creatures above
Ulfar,
are.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. 18.
I would like everybody else in the room to make a perception check.
Perception.
21.
Okay,
You're seeing Duva sees also probably nothing.
so Kassar, you will see a little puff of gas appear in
Really?
front of Ulfar's face. And Ulfar, you will feel odd. And I would like you to roll a d6.
D6. 6.
Okay, for no apparent reason, you decide the best course of action is to sort of put out your arms and spin on the spot gently.
Whee!
And-
Because in mid sentence, I'm like, I don't know what these things are, and then I just start spinning. Whee!
Okay.
I'm gonna look
That-
a little bit worried at Critel. I go, "What is happening?"
Is he still talking to them?
Well, you remember when we was in the tree room and there were sprites? Although they were good, they were tricksters. I think this is similar.
Then I think we should just usher Ulfar out. Clark, why don't you grab his arm and pull him out? And I'm gonna let go of the scroll and stroll out of the room.
Oh, proceed to grab the. I'll put the turtle on its back and drag him out.
So Cluck misunderstanding just pulls Duvar out by his shell.
No, that's not the way it happened. Duvar wants that scroll.
Okay, I would like you both to make strength athletics checks, please.
Do I want strength or
Yes.
athletics? Which one?
Athletics if you got it.
Whee!
I haven't got athletics. Fuck off.
Another d6 from you, please, Ulvar. Okay, Duvar, you're able to grab the scroll, but you are pulled out backwards by your shell.
5 this time.
Okay, you decide that the next best course of action is to sort of try and swim through the floor.
Like I get on the floor and I'm just like actions of swimming.
Yes,
Shouldn't you be grabbing him?
and there is another chorus of laughter from around you that all of you will now start to hear.
Right, out of the room. This is getting weird. Cluck, I told you to grab Ulfar, not the turtle. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna laugh and start walking out of the room slowly.
Where am I? I'm here, so I'm probably over.
I'm backing out a little bit worriedly because I do not know quite what is happening.
Cluck, are you grabbing me or not?
Oh no, I've already grabbed the turtle instead.
You're
I
just
will come back.
ignoring Kasar's orders.
And
Just
then I will come back and grab you as well.
okay.
As you're pulled out, Ulfar, you will hear, "Bye, friend."
Bye.
As he's pulled out of the room, I'll stand him up and give him a square slap across the face to try and
Make a
regain.
wisdom saving throw with advantage, Ulfar.
Okay.
Try and snap him out of it.
Wisdom saving throw. Advantage. 25.
You come round.
Yay.
Now is not the time for games,
I've been dragged along the floor.
priest.
I agree with you. Those
Right.
are fake creatures. They fuck with my head. Ow,
Right.
my head.
I think we leave.
I think
The-
that is
the
a
slap-
good choice.
The slap was necessary to bring you out of it. Apologies if it stings.
It is
Okay,
though.
so
It's okay. I did not. I did not want to stay here and spin around in circles forever. Ugh.
And safe to say, I may have
I'll go
knocked it
to.
against the bookshelf on the way out.
I'll look down here just to see if our wizard friend is okay.
Can I grab Duval as he's about to down the?
Yep, you can certainly grab hold of Duvar again.
you just enjoy dragging around.
I've always wanted a
I'll drag
wanted a
him
pet
back into the
turtle.
room. I'll drag him back to here.
I don't want to go down there.
You always wanted a pet turtle.
Okay, so you can still see the mage. He seems to be propped up. In fact, no, he would have had a benefit of a long rest. I'm going to say you will see a mage at the end of the corridor packing books into a bag.
Okay.
Right, so
If we shout down the corridor and say, are you intending to leave?
Should we go?
He seems to be ignoring you.
I'm just walking over here.
fucking wizards.
Someone stop the turtle.
I want to see these wizards down here because there were wizards down here as well.
Yeah, as you look down the corridor to the left, Duvar, you see remnants of wizards.
Oh, that's not good. Never mind.
I'll also turn and say, don't even think of grabbing that book.
What book? I don't know what you're talking about.
As he slowly creeps down the corridor towards the hippogriff book. I turn to Xar. I was gonna say, I turn to Xar and I go, that turtle is gonna go and steal that book.
Well, if that thing comes alive, I'm not saving him this time.
Oh.
Seeing that they're dead, I wander up to the mages and do a search on them. I don't think we've searched these guys.
Okay, while that's going on, what's everybody else going to do? So Duvar's wandered off on his own again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say to Orpha, come on, let's talk to the mage. It looks like he's leaving. Maybe he can show us a way out of this place.
I'll keep an eye on the damn turtle.
Okay.
And I'll head to the end of the corridor.
Okay, you will hit a barrier.
Please tell me you walk straight into it and not actually.
Presuming you're not expecting it, it will come as a nasty shock to you.
I'll take off my dread helm, and sort of like knock on the barrier.
I was gonna say that's what I do. I knock on. Boom, boom, boom.
He will turn around and look at you.
I'll smile and say, "Leaving? Are we?"
No, not at all.
What are we packing for?
I'm just rearranging some things. There's been an awful lot of ransacking going on. I don't know if you're aware.
We had noticed.
It seems as though the Mind Flayer got to the rest of your fellow brother mages. We've not found any other survivors. We figured you may be wanting to leave this place.
Leave? Why would I want to leave? I am now Grand Wizard here.
That's pretty cool. Congratulations. Now that you're Grand Wizard and there is no Mind Flayer, do you fancy giving us a hand?
A mage hand will appear on your side of the barrier. He will say, yes, feel free.
I high-five the mage hand. I was thinking more of a hand to leave. I don't think you probably want us here. You've probably got lots to do, and we're just a kind of a mess, and we can't really help you with your job. It's like we can become your mage guys to help you run the place. You want to maybe give us a safe way to leave?
So we can be out of your hair, so you can carry on with your studies.
He will say, surely you can leave how you arrived.
Unfortunately not. We need a wizard, which we no longer have. I promise, if you help us, we'll leave you alone to your studies forevermore.
Forevermore. Forevermore.
We will no longer be rapping on your shield door.
He will come back to you. So, Duvar, did you roll your survival check?
I did not, so I was just waiting for that to finish.
Not bad.
Okay. You will find 2 healing potions and a ruined dagger. Sorry, a ruined dagger.
A ruined dagger. Okay.
Yeah, as in it's got runes inscribed upon its hilt.
Okay, so Okay, and a runed dagger. Okay.
Okay. Cretella, what are you doing as you see Duvar sort of pilfer through the mage's pockets?
I'm just making sure he doesn't like get eaten by something.
Yes, he's not had a whole lot of luck when he's gone off on his own, and it
He
has got
hasn't.
progressively worse for him as it has gone on.
Which
Mhm.
is why I'm keeping my distance, but still keeping an eye on it.
Okay. So sorry, go on, Duvar.
I just said point at the other one. So point at the other mage and suggest that he look through that one, see if there's anything of use.
All right, I'll go and loot the other mate.
Okay. So that'll be a survival check from you. Okay.
Hmm.
So the only thing you will find on that mage is a arcane focus. So it's a gnarly old staff.
What was this book called again? Something about the hippo. How to
How to
ride your
train
hippo.
your hippogriff.
How to train your hippogriff.
So
Before he touches it, I will turn and say, if you're gonna do that, at least wrap a rope around it and pull it from the collar.
Do you have like any spells you can check to see if this will do anything?
okay. So while Duvar and Quittel are figuring out what to do,
Yeah.
Ulfa and Kassar, so you get no response from the mage about your
Help
request
get
for
out.
aid. Yeah.
There must be some way out of here for a normal mortal.
He will turn towards you and smile and says, "Yes, I'm sure there is."
And that would be?
He'll say, "I'll tell you what. Let me finish up here, and then I will let you off."
Okay,
Okay.
that sounds good. We'll see you in the main entrance hall bit.
Mhm.
And me thinking I've achieved something good, we'll turn around and walk away.
As we're all walking away, I'll turn to Sam and goes, they seem like assholes. I feel like let you off might just be shoved off the edge of the fucking island.
If he does, it'll be the last thing he ever does.
Okay.
Yes, but also, but then we will die.
You plummet 100 feet per second.
I'll shoot as I fall, damn it.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Oh dear.
Make it
Okay.
work.
Duvar and Quittel.
Well, I've moved back into the hallway.
I did ask a question. I just wanted to know: do you actually have anything that you can see if
Uh,
this will do anything?
Not really.
No. I wonder
Just
if I can.
Just because I
Yeah.
never actually did, can I examine sort of this giant owl thing on the front of the
I was going
desk?
to say, I want to examine the area that we portaled into to see if there's, I don't know, all four things there might be a magic button
Okay.
that will just teleport him out. That's what he's looking for.
I think
Okay.
Duvar, understanding that he doesn't quite understand what's good or not, he'll ignore the book for now and ask for consensus with the other people.
Okay.
Once he gets
As
done.
you move back into the main room, you'll see Kassar and Ulfar sort of turning over the desk, for lack of a better expression. So, looking for secret doors, secret compartments, buttons, anything like trying to move parts of the owl that are engraved on it. All to no avail. I'd like you all to make a perception check.
All to make. All.
Mm-hmm.
My rolls have been terrible.
So Kasa and Ulfar, you will hear a eagle call. And as you look towards its source down the corridor to the right, you will see that the mage is now sat upon a very much alive griffin, which races towards you.
How's he going to fit down the corridor?
I will wave. I'll wave nicely
Um,
and say to the guys, "Do not worry. He did
No.
say he was going to help us out of here."
no. Do I'm hoping I can see that thing coming towards us.
With an 11, you do not.
Oh god.
I, being less trusting of this mage, sort of grip my maul and sort of ready myself for him to do something dickish.
Okay. As he enters the main room, you will all become aware of him, and he will fly up into the ceiling area and pass through it.
Uh-huh.
Did
Motherfucker.
Did he just leave?
Well,
He did say he was going to let us out.
But
let us.
did he just leave? Being the only mage left in this place, did he honestly just leave?
Apparently so.
You all
Unless he's
feel
coming
that
back in a
the island shudder.
Oh, motherfucker. David, in all our time going in and out of rooms, where is the nearest window we've seen?
You have seen no windows.
Oh, motherfucker.
I'm assuming we. So. Okay. Well, he just he just took. I presume he took the book out of the mouth of the griffin thing. Is it worth trying that, or is it worth having a look at?
We were pretty short on ideas.
Shrug my shoulders because I don't know how to finish that.
Quickly look at Cluck and tell him to fly up and see if he can go through the.
Okay, I'll try and fly.
Okay, so taking off your armor, you will fly up and sort of like. How are you approaching the roof? Are you flying fast? Are you slowing down? Are you sort of like? How solid do you believe it is in your approach?
I believe it to be solid enough, but I'm not just gonna
So
fly straight at it.
you're not gonna fly into it like a bird into a window.
No, not
Okay.
like a pigeon into a window.
No. Okay. So as you approach the roof and slow down, you can sort of reach out, sort of gingerly to touch it, and your arm will pass through it.
Okay. Am I able to sort of go a bit further, or does my arm come back?
So if you pull your arm back, it will come back.
Okay. This new information, I will glide back down and let the others know that my hand passes through.
Alright, well, it seems like we need a ride.
Right. Well, yes. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe Clark go up and see what he can actually see. Fuck it. I'm gonna try and tame this goddamn hippogriff.
2 seconds. If we attach all of the animating things to it, do we think that will work? The
I'm
things we
thinking.
took
See
off
what
the statues.
I think you just grab the book and it'll just do its thing.
I.
Let's try point 1 first.
Yeah. I'm thinking that as well. So, David, once I get in the room, my intention is to like nicely, like it was on live action, take the book and sort of stroke its head and try and like as though I was trying to tame a live animal.
Okay. I would like you to make an animal handling check.
22.
Okay. As it comes to life, it doesn't immediately gore you.
Okay.
But it
Yeah.
feels so it's it seems quite wild in its disposition.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna open.
Shout down the corridor and read the book.
Yeah. I'm gonna
This
like.
startles it.
No.
Oh,
Wait.
no.
I didn't say.
No.
Oh, him shouting.
Him
Sorry.
shouting
Okay.
startles it,
I
and
continue
it
to
will
try and
raise
keep it
back up on
calm.
its back legs.
I will
walk up
like
to
reach
Dubai and
out to it
clamp
with
my
like a bit
hand
of
on
like
his mouth.
salted meat from my rations, like offering it to it, and I'll sort of like softly open the book and like on the first page and try and like read and see what it suggests to me quickly.
I'll move back behind the wall.
Yeah, I'm like doing all my sort of best, anti-threatening behavior, offering it the food, and trying as best I can to, if it gives me the opportunity to read the book and get a handling on it.
Okay, so from a quick glance of the book, in fact, let's do a intelligence check to see how much you can sort of just flick through the pages and see if you have anything that.
Just a straight intelligence.
Yes.
Ugh,
Look. I don't want to fight that
this
thing.
is not my forte. 11.
Okay. So you gather the book to be around 400 pages, and
Yeah.
as you try and skim read it as much as possible without losing an arm to this thing, you gather a few things. First of all, that they're not really tameable unless they're raised in captivity,
Okay.
and that the other thing that you will get sort of notice of, or like that jumps out to you, is that it's preyed upon by dragons and griffins and that type of thing.
Okay. Oh. How is it reacting to me offering it like food?
Warily.
Okay.
You, you think if not for your attempts to soothe
Open.
it may
Yeah.
have it may have like kicked into fight or flight, literally.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the food like down in front of it, and then slowly back away in a sort of nice way with the book, like bringing the book back to the rest of the guys for us to read it in more detail and maybe come up a way to. And like as I go past Gretel, I'm like, carefully back out of the.
Okay. The building will shake, and this
Okay.
seems to disturb it some more. But otherwise, it's hanging its position.
Okay, I turn to the guys like I've not had much time to read this book, but it seems like the beast is not particularly malleable or trainable unless they are bred in captivity. Quick, other people read, see if they find something that can help us to bring it over to us. I've only managed to keep it calm. I do not think I could charge it to ride it at all.
Okay. You all feel a dip in your stomach as if you've started to descend at a speed greater than you were expecting.
Okay.
Is there anything in the book that we can read that
Well, this
gives
is
us
it.
any information?
So,
We've got choices now. Haven't we?
yeah. So, to being completely upfront with you, you now have time limits in what you can and cannot do. So, I'm going to ask you all individually what you want to do for the next minute or so. And there is a hard stop on the amount of time you have here.
I want to read more on the Book of Levitation that I gave to, I think it's Gretel who had it.
Yeah, I'll hand that back over.
I'll shove my book into Cretel's hand and say, "Look, can you do anything with that thing?"
What book did you get?
That was the one that had flying in it.
Oh,
or something in it.
The spell book from like 3 sessions ago.
Yeah, it won't be the wine making book, that's for sure.
It's supposed to be a book on making wine.
I will
enjoy yourself before the end.
I will start familiarizing myself with the spell scroll as best I can.
Can we cast Featherfall? Is that possible?
Okay, so one at a time. So it seems there's a lot of books being passed back and forth.
Yes, I know.
In like Wild Panic in this pass the parcel type situation.
while
Absolutely.
we're falling out of the sky.
Yeah. So, Cluck, what do you do?
Seems like I can already fly. I'm just just gonna sit on the desk, and then at some point I'm just gonna sort of fly in the air. So
Okay. Critel, what do
if
you
need
do?
be, I can just fly out the roof if need be.
Yeah, I think as before we went into the room, Ulfar did suggest you take a look.
Up above, yeah.
Yeah.
See how close we are to the floor.
So while they're faffing around with books, I'm gonna just say, "Oh, I'm gonna fly up and out."
Fly up and see what's up there.
Guys have got a plan, and then Cluck flies through the roof.
Leaves.
Yeah. Okay.
So what can I see, David, when I fly up?
We'll get back to you in a second because I'm gonna
Okay.
everything's gonna take turn like simultaneously. So Critel.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna have a quick look at this book to see if I can figure out how to cast like what was it? Featherfall, I think was in the book.
So you're gonna look through the book that sorry, name
She
escapes
gave
me.
to Gustav.
That Duvar
Yeah,
gave
the
to you.
Ruby, Ruby
The spell book.
Compendium of the North. that
Okay.
one. Yeah. Level 1 spell,
Yeah.
Featherfall.
Kasar, what are you doing?
I'm looking through my book of levitation to see if there's any spells that I can find that will help me.
Ulfar, what are you doing?
So I'm, following the train of thought of everybody else, I'm getting out my spell scroll of fly and trying to work out how to.
Okay.
As we better get busy on this flying shit, guys.
Duvar, what are you doing?
Praying.
Okay, so in no particular order then. So over the course of the next minute, Cluck, you will fly out through the roof, and you will be buffeted by a cold wind. You will see to your north, and rapidly getting closer, a singular mountain peak jutting out of the clouds.
Okay.
The library's, like the island it's on, is at a odd angle. The crystals that have supported it are flickering, and it is descending sort of by. You sort of have to extrapolate a little bit, which isn't isn't your strength, but being that you know flying, you feel like you're descending at around sort of 100 feet a minute,
Okay.
and then
So we're not like
That's not too bad.
so we're not plummeting like a jumbo jet, or we're not
Not yet.
plummeting like
Not yet.
no, not yet.
Dropping
But
like a stone, I think is good.
the clouds are only a couple hundred feet away, and what's beneath them, you don't know. You can only see a single peak,
Okay.
and
So
you would have time during your turn to return back into the group and share as much of that as you wish.
Okay, I will fly back down.
Okay.
And while they're all still bickering about books, I will sort of say, guys, I've flown out. We are what can I judge to be descending at only about 100 feet a minute, but there is a mountain peak that I can see, and all the crystals seem to be flickering. So it looks like they're either going to shut off or running out of power.
So
But
as
we are
surprised, we are
But
falling.
we've not
to our
fallen. But we've not fallen through the clouds yet. So I don't
Yeah.
know
So we're
what's below
still
the
fairly.
clouds.
How high up is the roof in terms of feet?
60 feet above this room that you're in.
Mhm.
So it takes Cluck like a good 10 sort of 15 seconds to fly out.
Okay.
Okay, can
Okay.
we? Okay, yeah. Let's do what we already said we were going to
Yeah,
do.
so Critel, you were reading through the spell book. I would like you to make an Arcana check. You can add your guidance to it as well. Okay, with that check, you think you comprehend enough of the spell to be able to cast it as if it was a spell scroll.
Okay, and that's Featherfall, yeah?
It's level 1 Featherfall. So it will be, regardless of whether or not it appears on your list, you would still need to make a check on that. just because you're essentially it's not it's you're reading it from a wizard book as opposed to a proper spell scroll. Ksa, you were reading through your book of levitation.
Yep. Arcana from me.
Please.
Oh no.
Okay, as you flick through the book, you gather enough to kind of have an idea of what you're doing,
Right.
but you're you're really not confident that it will work.
Right.
But it's a sort of a something's better than nothing sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has anyone else got any actions to do?
Ulfar.
Me. Yeah.
So you were looking through your spell scroll. You're again
Yeah.
you're fairly certain that you because it's a spell scroll that's designed to be used. You're fairly certain that you would be able to cast it again. There
Yeah.
would be a check involved,
Yeah.
but it's sort of a relatively reasonable chance to cast it.
Okay.
And Duvar, remind me what you were doing.
I did say
Oh.
pray, but
Okay.
but maybe I should be reading the book as well.
Who are you praying to?
Somebody can fly.
Okay.
just going through every god he's ever heard might have something to do with flight. Giving them all a chance to step in.
Okay. I would like you to make a religion check.
A religion check. Oh god, that's going to be absolute 0. Let's have a go.
Okay. You feel like you have always felt about the gods.
Yeah.
So whether you're a strong believer or not, you're kind of going. You feel like nothing's changed.
No.
David, do I believe from my spell scroll if I cast this on myself that I might be able to carry someone while I was flying, or would that be beyond the like strength of the spell?
Based on your check, you don't know.
I haven't done a check.
Oh, you haven't done a check. Oh, make an Arcana check. Based on your check, you don't see why not.
Yeah.
No, you really don't get a feel one way or the other.
No worries.
I'm gonna ask anyone else in the group if they have any rope.
I
definitely do.
Yes.
So
That's a very good point.
I'm going to pull out 50 feet of rope, and I'm going to ask if someone else can pull out another 50 feet. If Cluck can fly up and allow us to climb out.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Just so we can get on top and out of this building.
That's a very good idea. Yes, I literally get on my rope and I start tying it to yours, as you presume.
We're tying a couple of bits of rope together, and we're going to ask you, Cluck, to fly up and out of the ceiling and see if you can tie it to the edge of anything, or like help us climb up.
Okay. In other words, just if I can't find me, stand there and anchor down while
Yes.
climb up.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll tell Ulfar and Kratel that it's probably best that there's less of us climbing. So if they want to fly away, now's probably the time.
My wings wouldn't last till the floor.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
so
climb it is
we're
then.
all going to have to climb because our spells are sort of limited.
I do have a plan, but it does hinge on me being successful. It's because Duvar is probably heavier than one of us can carry while flying. If you use the scroll of fly on him, I will pick someone up and Cluck can pick someone up. We'll fly out as far as we can. If everyone stays close to me, once my wings start to go, I will use the Book of Featherfall, and then we should be able to safely land.
There we go.
It seems as good a plan as any. We need to get the fuck out of here. Let's go.
So I'll hand the rope tied up across to Cluck.
And I will Place
Although,
the rope on
actually, seeing as I'm in full
fly
plate,
off.
I'm probably heavier than Duvar at this point, I would have
No,
thought.
not a chance.
No? No? Okay, fair
No,
enough.
I'm only a medium build, well, medium size.
Yeah.
Oh, still.
Check how much you weigh just being that Ray.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. So let's climb up this rope then.
Okay, so you're going to tie the ropes together. Cluck is going to fly out an anchor, and you're going to climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're
What
all
kind of
involved in
checks?
this action.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so tying the rope together is quite an easy feat, and Cluck can take off into the ceiling. Now, Cluck, when you get up there, I'd just like you to make a quick perception check to see if you can find anything to tie it off on.
Okay.
I was on mute, sorry.
I'm only 450 pounds. What are you talking about?
Only 450 pounds.
I'm lightweight for a turtle.
Yeah.
Lost.
Okay,
So yeah, plate weighs less.
so when you get up there, Cluck, you will find like parts of a spire or like gargoyles or something suitable that you can tie the rope off on.
Okay.
What kind of
I'll,
checks do you want
I'll-
to ask for
I'll-
climbing?
I'll tie it off.
Yeah. After sort of 30 seconds of him being outside, so I'll start pulling on the rope to see if I can feel that it's taut.
Yeah, so
I'll poke my head through.
so as you're tying off the rope, Cluck, you can feel somebody tugging it already. It's like as you're trying to tie the knot, it just keeps being yanked out of your hand. But
I'm just gonna poke my head through and say, "Give me a minute. Give me a
A
second."
minute. A minute.
No. And then I'll finish tying it
Okay.
off, and then just poke my arm through and just sort of put a thumbs up.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll start climbing as this was my brilliant idea.
okay, so those that are now attempting to climb, I would like you to make a strength athletics check.
Oh, okay.
I critted my athletics check.
So did I.
What did you do that?
I'm out of
Oh dear.
there.
Okay, so Ulfa and Duva are so quick and light on the rope that as Kassar starts to stumble, they sort of overtake you through.
I grab him. I grab him as I go past. Is that possible?
No.
No.
So you both will make it out in a sort of a single movement, which is good. Kassar and Kretel, I'd like you to make 2 more athletics checks, please.
I can already see how this is gonna go.
We've got form for
Climbing
this,
has never
haven't
been
we?
your
Kassar?
friend.
Yeah, we have got form for this. Oh, my weak little arms.
You should have good arms, being a bow.
I know.
Thing
I
is,
should
you
use
have
my
more
legs
strength
more.
than me, apparently.
Yes. And okay. So after a grueling climb, Kassar and Kretel, you both make it to the edge. At which point, I would like you all now to make a dexterity saving throw as the island starts to lean heavily to one side.
Please
dear.
do something good. Oh, okay.
Is that the right button? I don't think dexterity.
Fuck.
Dice
Oh,
rolls have
shit.
abandoned us.
This is not a solid.
I've used
Mine's-
my ability
Mine
to add an
doesn't say
extra 6.
Dexterity saving. Is that still count?
Normally your dexterity would be better than your dexterity saving. Let's have a look. You would be +6 rather than +3, so you roll a 24.
Okay.
Okay. So for a brief moment, Kretel loses his footing, but manages to regain it. Ulfar, you do not, and you start to slip. And because Duvar, you rolled so well, I will let you make a acrobatics check to reach out and grab Ulfar.
Acrobatics.
You are able to grab him before he falls back into the room.
Yay!
Thank you, my friend.
So it's one of
Have a
those.
use.
It's like typical action movie. So you see Ulfar start to fall backwards, and his arms are giving it. and then just as he's about to disappear out of reach, this turtle claw just grabs hold of him.
Yeah. Right.
I'll say to Critel, right, pull up the rope, and time to start casting. So I'll start pulling up the rope as I sort of motion to Critel to start casting.
So two things will happen now. The hippogriff will dart past you all and out into the wild. And you lose visibility of everybody as you descend into the cloud briefly.
I wave at the hippogriff, thankful that he escaped unharmed.
I'll just scream into the wind, and essentially shout, cast the damn spell, and sort
Okay.
of feel around for everyone.
Yeah.
Once I've pulled the rope up.
So I'm casting the spell on the flight on Duvar from my spell scroll, and then we're hoping that the other two of us can be carried at least enough to land. What do you want to check for me in terms of casting this spell, David? I mean,
I would like a
It's probably more or less the same roll, regardless.
ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Oh, okay. So, like it was a spell attack, or just like so? Wisdom would be just the wisdom modifier.
Yeah, just add your wisdom modifier to it.
No worries. Critical fail.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
The spell takes effect.
And Duvar starts flying.
Duvar starts flying. So Duvar, you now have the ability to fly, and you have
Yay.
absolutely no idea that anything went wrong with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay! I'm flying.
And neither do I,
No,
presumably.
none of you do. So
No.
you cast the
I'm like-
spell, and you see Duvar start to slowly like float. So as the island's descending, his feet start to come away from the ground.
I'm like, Duvar, fly to safety. Right. Chop, chop, guys. Flying time.
Okay, so while
You need
Ulfar
this?
casts his spell, what's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna pop my wings and grab Kazar.
Okay.
I believe I can fly.
I'm like, take me in your feathery wings, angel man.
Kasar, what are you doing?
I'm allowing myself to, as easily as possible, be picked up by the giant angel man.
Okay. So are you like sort of backpacking him?
I
Yeah,
imagine
you're
if
yodeling
he's
him.
popped wings, I'm more like in the front. I'm sort of in his chest, just sort of being held under the armpits, sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm just like, deliver me.
Okay,
So
Kutel,
you're Titanicing. That's what's happening.
Kutel, a strength athletics with advantage from you. Cluck, what are you doing?
Come on, chicken boy, grab me.
I suppose I will. I'll grab Ulfar. I'll pick him up by the talons on my feet.
Okay,
Okay.
strength athletics from you with advantage. At this point, you will descend through the clouds and you will see the jagged peaks of a mountain range 100 feet away from you.
100 feet. Jesus Christ. How fast is it going?
Quick, Kratel, glide down.
So you probably at this point will gather that the cloud cover was quite low on those mountains. Okay, so Kratel and Cluck, you're able to carry your cargo aloft. And Duvar, you will get about 20 feet after them when your spell will start to fade.
I tried to grab Cluck.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Okay, so from you, Duvar, I would like a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Mhm.
Okay.
In fact, no, from you, a dexterity saving throw. Sorry.
Okay. So
Cluck,
is that
there's
clicking
gonna-
on the dexterity button?
No, there should be one on the side that says
Just
save.
to the right of it. Just to the right of dexterity should be your saving throws.
Oh, for God's sake.
In a
What
little
am I
box
missing?
on its own. So underneath your proficiency bonus, you'll say saving throws in the box at the bottom, and then you'll have a number of things in.
Oh, right.
David, seeing obviously Duvar start to falter if I do I believe that my gust of wind spell, if I were to cast that just before I hit the ground, it would blow me and stop me from landing in a deadly pile?
So this then? Right.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. You are able to grab hold of not Cluck but Ulfar.
Yay.
Cluck, make a strength saving throw, as you're now carrying half a ton of turtle as well.
I never should have
we'll
pointed out how
just
much.
a-
it
and
was.
and to be fair, me as well, half with gear, about half a ton as well. So it's about a ton of weight he's carrying.
Okay. You are not plucked out of the sky, but you're starting to lose altitude quickly. Ulfar, to answer your question about your gust of wind, I'm going to say that you probably haven't been in this situation before, so you just simply don't know.
Okay,
This is a very niche situation.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
So,
absolutely.
Kisara and Kritel, you will see sort of Duvar, first of all, falter, grab hold of Ulfar, and then the three of them start to disappear beneath you.
How close are they to us?
I'm going to attempt to pull Duvar up so that he can like hold on to Clark, or Clark can hold on to him, and then I'm gonna jump off my.
Wait, how close are everybody to me?
I'm going to make a silent prayer of thanks.
We've been meaning to stay quite
didn't
quite
grab
close
Kratel.
together.
Yes.
I think that was the plan anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine what terminal velocity is in this situation. It's kind of,
Oh no.
Can I, as a reaction to seeing this, use my Featherfall spell?
I'm going to say sure.
How kind.
If we can get down to
I would like you to make a...
40 feet.
Oh shit.
Okay, it has no effect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. What I do is what I said I was going to do. Like I pull Duvar up so that Clark's got hold of him, and trusting in my God, and my powers with the wind, I'm gonna try and save myself and
Okay.
not take my friends down with me.
So there's a few things that need to happen here.
Yep.
So first of all, Cluck's like got his legs like grappling your shoulders.
Yep.
So this whole thing's going to be a bit. So I would say your arms are free, so you can assist Duvar climbing you. So it would be just a straight athletics check for Duvar with advantage.
If you can get him to climb up, then I can just
grab him,
impale
Yeah.
his shell with my talon, so I can pierce his shell.
Yeah.
Lock him on. You know, Duval may have 3 or 4 talon-shaped holes in his shell afterwards.
He's got plenty of holes in him after this, after today. So, okay, Duvar is able to climb up to Cluck now. Cluck, you won't be able to, like, you'd have to drop Ulfar to grab him. But
that's why I that was what I'd be saying. Like, is drop me, hold the turtle.
Okay, and with no hesitation, I just let go.
Okay. I'd like you now to make a strength athletics check, Cluck.
What with advantage or just a normal one?
Just normal. Just because he's still a heavy person.
Oh fuck.
Okay. Your rate of descent has slowed, but you are still you're still falling.
You're scrambling to get hold of him, so it's fucking your flight.
Okay. Do we have an idea of what height?
So at this point, Ulfar disappears out of sight.
I'm just going to start flying down towards the floor.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, so we all should be doing that.
I'm gonna like tap on Kratel and be like, not too fast, Kratel.
Just for a point of reference, because obviously I'm not with David. My plan is to like get into like a parachute position, pray to my god for his guidance and his help, and just like when I'm seeing the floor coming close, is like create a gust of wind to blow me backwards to like slow my descent.
Yep.
That's my cunning plan.
Okay.
It
Good
involves a turnip.
plan.
So, so you essentially gonna fire this gust of wind downwards at the floor just before you hit it.
I was actually thinking having it fire back at me against like my fall, so like I would be cushioned by like a sort of pillow of air coming back in the opposite direction to slow my descent.
Okay. I would suggest you read the first paragraph of your spell to the group.
Okay, let's have a yeah, because I didn't actually. Okay, yes, the way you said it is probably the way that I would use it, being the more sensible. Like,
Okay. So essentially, like fire a chest cannon of air.
yeah,
Okay.
and praying all the way.
Praying all the way. Okay. Whew.
But like happy in the fact that I think I've saved my friends.
Okay. So, let's see. So, Ulfar, the ground is your most pressing concern, so you will go first here. I would like you to roll a D100.
Oh no. Come on, this is what your life balance is on. Oh no.
Oh my god.
I
You're gonna
thought that meant
hit me.
80, not 8.
You are going to splat.
Okay. So, well, there's no stopping you casting it now because it would affect you all the way down.
Yeah.
But as you tumble, it seems to have no effect, and you will get a sense of this before you hit the ground. Is there anything else you would like to do in your final moments on this earth?
Cast a thunder wave and hope that the shockwave slows you down.
I don't think that's the best idea.
Shit yourself.
Meld into stone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have a spell slot to cast that.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Surely the stone would just break into bits anyway.
I tried to save your life.
Yeah.
Alright,
I would probably reaching out to the store. I would cast Shield of Faith and like try and like reach out to my god, asking to imbue it with more strength than it's ever had before. It's like,
Okay, make a religion check.
oh fuck.
Come on. Come on.
Come on, Death.
I rolled all my crits earlier in the game.
I told you not to.
16.
Okay, you feel your god's warm, loving embrace as you impact the snow-covered peak.
Yes, I do. Woo! Stormlight for the win.
You take 38 points of damage from the fall.
I'm still alive, baby dolls.
That could have been so much worse.
Yes, I know. Like obviously battered and bruised, I look up into the sky to see if I can see my friends, like hoping that they're.
Yep,
alive.
you do. You will see as you poke your head out of the snow pit you've just exploded into. You will see Cluck and Duvar struggling to maintain altitude and rapidly approaching you. Probably about half the speed you fell at.
Can I get
Okay.
a gist of how high we are from the?
By approaching, do you mean literally like about to fall on top of
No,
me?
no, no. No.
just
No.
coming down in the same general
there's a bit of a gale blowing on top of this mountain peak, so they're going to land in your vicinity. Cluck, you
Okay.
reckon you're probably about 60 feet away at this point, and within like the next 10 seconds, you're going to impact the ground faster than you would like.
Okay, I'm going to let go of Duval.
Drop at 40 feet, please.
That's perfectly fine. The monkey's fine.
This is where I use a slow fall. I think on the 4th level monk skill to
Okay.
reduce my damage.
2 seconds, just calculating how far you have fallen at half.
It's just a damage reduction, I think. So fall and damage you take by the amount equal to 5 times your monk level. Well, this is it. Does that?
Yep. Okay, so you can reduce 25 off of that.
Cool.
So you fall into the snow with a little bit of a, and Cluck, you are now able to safely land.
Yeah, I immediately put on the air brakes as soon as I let go, regain control, and yeah, obviously I'm gonna land.
Okay.
Safely.
And Critel, it lasts for a minute. Your wings, right?
Yeah.
What's your flying speed?
300 feet. So 30 feet. So 300 feet total.
Okay, you're about 100 feet away then when that will give way.
I'm going to turn around back. Critel?
Doesn't last forever.
Yeah, as you look up, you will see his wings disappear.
Do you still have the feather fall? And I look down and just go,
No.
oh no.
Okay. What would you both like to do?
Do I, seeing them fall, does it look like a terminal velocity that they are falling at to me? Like,
no, they don't get to terminal velocity.
no,
As,
so like they're
if I
fairly
see-
close when it all goes to shit.
Yes, they're about 100
Okay.
feet off the mountain peak as it all goes to shit.
Okay.
If I see his wings starting to flicker and disappear, I'm going to pull out my my bedroll and try to use it like a parachute.
What?
Okay.
Every little helps.
No.
I don't even know what to like. That is like.
I don't know.
What sort of
I
skill
don't
do
know
you
how
use
you
for
do
that?
it.
I'm being
In terms of-
inventive.
in
You
terms
pull
of
out your
physics-
bedroll. You
yeah, in terms of
undo
physics-
it.
I imagine bedrolls like sleeping bags, so you can undo one side of it, and then it will form like a little cushion.
In
type
terms
thing.
of physics, it would be completely
time.
ineffectual.
The time.
Hey, I don't know that, and I'm literally free falling. How about you lot give me a fucking break?
Okay, so Kazar gets out his bedroll. What do you do, Critel?
Well, you know, like wingsuits. I'm still wearing that winter cloak. Can I hold on to that and kind of half glide?
Like flying fox your way down to the ground.
Yeah.
In hopes of at least making it closer to the peak.
Okay.
I love the like 5-year-old like the ways to survive falling. Like it's like I flap my arms really hard.
Kind of out of options
Wile
on
E.
that though.
Wile E. Coyote style.
Okay.
I know it's gonna hurt. I just want to get closer to the mountain.
You can both roll a d20. We'll let this like no modifier, just like there's dumb luck and then there's just dumb. Okay, you both fail,
That's exactly what we deserve.
and you will take 34 points of bludgeoning damage each.
34. Okay.
I actually expected worse. I survived that.
Me too. I survive it with actually a fair amount left. So I'm on.
Yeah, so you only fell 100 feet, so it hurts like hell. The snow does cushion your impact somewhat. I'd like you all to now make a perception check.
Oh no.
Presumably, Cluck just floats down comfortably.
Yeah, he sort of
Yeah.
like flutters down and touches down on the snow without even leaving an imprint.
Where was that before?
Well, it wasn't graceful, but we survived.
I do like that. I just realised that like Cluck also saw that fail and didn't try and save either one of those two guys.
I was
By
waiting
the time I
for.
would have got, by the time I would have probably got up there, I probably would have just taken off, and then he would have just been a. Poof, poof.
Okay, so in your battered states, Kasai, you're the only one of the people who fell that notices, but Cluck, you also notice that the island you've just exited has started to break up and chunks of it are starting to fall all around you.
Motherfucker.
It looks like the main body of the fortress is going to impact into the mountainside some way off, but like a whole hunk has fallen away, and it's got a crystal attached. That's the crystal's now dangling by this chain.
And is looking to land on top of us.
It's going to be. It's one of those like you're not sure how close it's going to be, but you know it's going to be
Okay.
close.
I'm going to shout run and find cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do we know?
Okay.
based on sort of getting up and looking around from where we are we literally just in the open on top of a peak? Or
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to see
Okay.
if I've got any suitable maps. I'm pretty sure I won't.
Would it not be
I-
wise to descend
I look
down
at
the mountain?
Alpha. I look at Alpha and I say, if I shrink into my shell, do you want to ride me like a ski board?
do it. What could possibly go wrong?
It's a nice offer, my friend. I do not trust my feet. I think it would probably be more doom than help. But what I will do is I'm going to cast a fuck ton of cure wounds on my fucking ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast at least one on myself.
22. And yeah, we'll start running in the best direction as far as we sort of
Okay.
analyze it.
Okay. So as you run, you will hear a monstrous crash as the fortress hits the side of the mountain, and then you will hear a low rumble in the distance as an avalanche will start to take hold.
Motherfucker.
That thankfully is on a different peak to you, but the chunk with the crystal that's broken off and is landing in your vicinity is going to be exceptionally close. And I'd like you all now to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Oh, thank Jesus.
Dexterity saving.
Oh dear.
Okay. So Kasa, you were able to not only sort of get out of the way, but you're able to sort of safely slide sort of almost 100 feet away down the mountain.
Hey. Bye, guys. As I
Uh,
slide down.
Ulfar, Kretel, and Duvar, you're able to sort of avoid the falling debris. Cluck decides his best approach is to bury his head in the snow, and is promptly hit by falling debris. And I've got.
But you know what? It's only fair.
Everybody takes a bit of damage.
Everybody takes damage.
Yeah, he's the only one that hasn't.
You take damage. You take damage. You take damage. Everybody takes damage.
So I've actually got improvised damage, and I think this comes under the hit by falling rubble in a collapsing tumble, or rather than crushed by compacting walls.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair.
Cluck takes 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And then
I mean,
there
it
is
could have been worse.
Then there is silence on the mountainside.
Whew.
Well, that didn't go badly.
We're all alive. That's the positive.
Hmm.
I mean, it wasn't the best plan, but at least it kind of worked.
And seeing where we are, I'm going to put on my winter cloak over my head.
Yeah, I was still wearing mine. I tried to like wingsuit with.
And what I'm going to immediately sort of start looking around to see if there's sort of a track of some kind for us to make our way down the mountain.
Okay. So yeah, you're kind of exposed on one side of the cliff. So you're on what would be the northwest peak. So you can see mountains in front of you. If you were to descend, you would descend down to like a sort of a valley where there's a glacier. You're not sure what the other side of the peak is because you're on the west side.
Yeah.
To the south, in fact, I'd say you make a perception check to see how far to the south you can. Duvar, just remind me. In fact, I will remind myself.
Roger.
Duvar, also remember that perception checks that rely on sight, you get advantage on
Okay.
from your eyes of the eagle.
Eyes of the eagle. Okay.
Nice, Kratal.
Okay, so Cretel and Duvar, you will see off to the south a river that winds through a forest. In fact, most of you will see the river that winds through a forest, but beyond their perception, Cretel and Duvar, you will see a large lake.
Which means I should know where we are.
You'll know where you are, Cretel, and you've got a map you could consult, and sort of you can see the only sort of large body of water. Well, there's two large bodies of water, in fact. But based on what you see, you would believe you would have a general idea of where you are.
Okay, I will relay the information to the rest of the group.
Mountains are not my forte, but I think in general we should get down as quickly as possible. It's fucking cold in this place, regardless of being.
Mountains are anybody's forte.
We should make our way down this mountain before the weather gets worse. If the
However, if we see a cave, it might be an idea to take a short rest.
Yeah.
Does anyone
Yeah,
need healing?
as long as nothing else lives in that cave.
Yeah.
How's everybody feeling at the moment? Does anyone have any major problems?
I think
Anything
we're
we
all
should know about?
pretty bashed up, but none of us are desperate. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'm okay, just not perfect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
I'm
great if I
middle
got into a fight.
No, I've only got 17 left.
Okay. Well, I throw a one of my healing potions to Cluck as apology for grabbing hold of him.
I will use the healing potion. What's the roll for it?
Cretel,
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
the other thing you see, Cretel, is you see a hippogriff flying to safety.
Yay!
Yay!
I'll point it out to Duvar.
Yay! Wave at him.
Do we hunt it down?
No.
It never attacked us. I'm gonna take that as a win.
If I ever see that mage again, he's
Oh
dead.
yes, there will be vengeance.
There will be vengeance against the mages.
Okay. The other thing you'll notice now we're outside is that the night is rapidly rolling in, and the sun has already disappeared behind the western ridge. So it hasn't set,
So
but
we
you're
need
you're sort of shaded enough that you can see it's going to set
Yeah.
We need
But
to get
so
off.
our plan is to head down the mountain and stop the best sort of cover we can find. Generally, I think
Is
would be fair to
to look
say.
for a cave. I
Which
think.
Yeah.
way
Plan.
down the mountain are we going? Are we going to the
We're going south, more or
east
less.
or
We're
south?
realistic trying to go this way.
So the downward, so the south would keep you on the same altitude roughly until you clear the ridge.
Okay.
West would take you down, east would take you up, and north would keep you on the same altitude for a while.
So I
So
would.
I think we want to head south
South,
South.
stay on the same altitude.
until
was-
we hit the ridge.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Mm.
Ulfa would say, "I think down is the best direction," and he would point west.
I mean, also looking at the terrain below, there's woods and trees to the south, and where there's just hills and plain to the east. Unless someone's got a magical boat, we can ride down the river on.
No, but you
No.
can follow a river at least. It's like a road of
Yeah.
sorts.
Oh, yeah, but we know where we are, don't we?
We know where we are now when we can see it above the trees.
True. Once we
Most
get
of-
down there, we won't. However, if I remember
That's why I was
rightly, there
saying-
was a
saying
lot
on
of
plane.
nastiness in that forest.
The forest was full of fun things. Actually, technically, the things we encountered, the nasty things, were here.
shall we take a vote on the direction to go? We need to
Down.
move quickly. We need to make this decision now.
I say we keep going until we find a cave. But I vote we move southwest towards the and try and get towards the rivers.
Yeah, we'll go west but move south when we can.
Agreed.
I want to understand your thinking about for this.
Okay.
Why would you not want to go down and?
Well, west takes us down and south takes us back towards the river.
Yeah, west
So
takes
south
us the
isn't
quickest-
down from your current position, Duvar. South would be like walking along the ridge, whereas west would be walking down the ridge. Now you would have to turn south
West-
at some point. West takes you down into a valley,
Yeah,
into a valley. So where does east take us?
up the ridge. So you're sort of like Kassar at this point is probably a couple hundred feet down, but you're all like some way down the ridge.
Yeah.
East you would have to go up first, and then you would possibly see. But
So
the
that
chances are
sounds
you
like
would
we
lose the light.
agree. It sounds like we agree. We head west to get down this mountain as quickly as possible, but turn south as soon as is sensible.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's go. So we start tracking.
Okay. Who's leading?
Because ours in front. He's
I'm
walked
in
up there,
front.
hasn't
I will lead.
I would like a. I'm gonna say survival check from you, Kassar. Okay.
Nice.
You're able to hold your course true, aided by the river, and the gravity to some extent, and you will make your way down into the valley. Who here has winter clothing?
I do.
Yes.
And Kratel does.
We didn't have time to buy anything.
I'm dressed in terms of my clothes. I'm dressed desert fashion, so lots of layers that can be stripped off because that's what he's always worn. Because obviously it gets cold in the desert and warm in the day, and then they're all white. That's the clothing that I would be wearing.
Okay.
I'm
So it's
a
up to you
turtle
to
monk.
decide.
Okay. So, Clock, do you have anything?
I got blankets.
I suppose we've got blankets or bedrolls. Yeah.
Okay. Then I would like Clock,
Nasty clothes.
Duvar, and Ulfar to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
If it makes you, David, if you still want us to roll, the winter cloaks me and Kratel have just gives us advantage on con saving throws in the cold.
No, it just says without. It's not cold enough to damage you.
Right. Okay.
If you've got.
Okay. Oh,
Oh no, Clark.
So,
the feathers will not avail you.
so Cluck, you will take a level of exhaustion, and then the night will disappear. The snow will start to fall, and all hope appears lost when Ksar will stumble across a cave.
As we approach cave, I'll look in the snow for any sort of tracks leading in and out, or anything, any signs of it being inhabited.
Survival from you, please, sir. So, you can't see any sign of... can you just roll it again for me, please, quickly?
Another survival check.
Okay. Yeah, you can't see any tracks or any signs that the cave is in use.
Okay, I'll usher the party over and say, "Here, there's a cave. Doesn't appear to be anything bad in here. Head in. Let's get warm. Let's start a fire, and take a rest."
Long rest.
That's just black for me.
Yep, 2 seconds. 2, 3,
Oh, there I am, just standing in the darkness.
5.
I take it. Is it dark because it's dark outside?
I'm gonna say this until somebody has a light source. It's going to be dark.
I light a torch.
Okay, I'm going to get out my scimitar
see
and cast
anyway.
light.
Okay. So, light spell from him.
I have the dark vision.
Is it applying properly to your token?
Kind.
Doesn't appear to be. Let me.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Set light for you. This is what happens when we stumble off on something I've not planned. Dark vision for you.
Yeah, that's working now.
Perfect. Okay. So you see a icy passageway stretching out in front of.
Let's make our way in and set up camp for the night.
Don't
We
go
can
th-
we can continue on in the morning.
We don't have to go too deep. Is that a fall right in front of us?
So that is a change in elevation. So that is a 10 feet high, like cliff or like ridge that you would have to climb up.
Climb up, not down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Are we happy here? Do we want to stay here or?
I would suggest we at least investigate slightly deeper into the cave, hoping that, or do we want to stay shallow and hope we don't wake anything deeper in? I don't know what is the best plan.
I wouldn't want to go too far.
There's risks to both.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go in deeper, we're better protected from anything that might come from the outside in, looking for the same thing. Looking for someone to wait out any night time or bad weather or anything like that. But if we stay near the mouth of the cave, we could be attacked from something deeper in that we don't know about. You know, there's risks to both.
Yes.
If we stay here, we have the
Oh.
option to go further in. If we go further in, we don't.
I'm just going to do a little bit of recall
Okay.
because I've got a much better suited.
Okay.
And
I say we push a little bit further in just to get us away from the entrance, which
so,
could be
just give
full
me
of scavengers.
One sec.
a few
Give me a
seconds.
second, because this isn't the map.
Yeah, this is all going to change in a second.
Okay.
As we walk through, we suddenly come into a different looking cave.
Yeah, there's a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah.
The illusion shimmers and outsteps a mage.
Welcome to round 2!
No fucking hell. I run chugging health potions.
Hey, wise. Apologies, it's just yeah, having done a quick read, this will be better suited.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so ignoring what I said. So you approach what appears to be a cave, but as you get close, you will see steps leading up into a stone structure.
Ooh. Now I'm interested.
Do I need to remake any checks to see if I can see any recent?
No, your same
Okay.
check applies.
So I still think that nothing has entered this in a long
Mhm.
time.
Yes.
At the moment I've got
Okay.
a black screen.
Yeah, I've still got to drop your new token.
Okay.
Apologies.
I will say exactly what I said about the cave, but about the structure, I'll say this looks like an abandoned dwelling, and we could possibly use this to rest for the
This is not
for
a
the night.
small map.
Oh, it never is.
For some reason, the scale's a bit. There we go.
I'm
I
guessing
still like
you'll
my
have to
torch.
give me night vision again.
Yep, apologies. It's what happens when I go to impromptu. Next time, don't look for a cave, just head down the hill.
Got to up that improv game.
But it's what we would do.
I know, but it's like, it's really hard to sort out on the fly, especially with all the like lighting and stuff like that. So it's not a bad thing, it's just there's an intermission.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
I
give
was
it.
saying, in fairness, David, you could have said you found a cave. We'll pick this up next week.
No, I think it's going to be beneficial.
Okay.
Okay, now my token's not working, but otherwise, as everybody else's.
I can't
I
see
can see
anything.
myself, but I can't see
Yeah.
anything.
Mm,
Oh yeah, I've got mine.
let's
Yeah, I
see.
only see me.
Whoever's carrying the torch isn't carrying the torch anymore. At least that's.
Only restrict movement.
I need a light for my scimitar.
Yeah, it should be working.
Turn it off. Turn it on again.
Let's check it. Just gonna flip you
Oop.
between maps.
Yeah.
I
I'll
see
try
blackness.
to refresh
You son of a.
I only
Apologies,
see
everyone.
myself.
That's why I've got fog of war. Aha!
There we go.
There we go.
the page. Aha! Yes.
Well, shall we head up and find a spot to camp?
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I would suggest we don't like go in anywhere. We just find the most fortifiable area bed down.
This looks awfully familiar, like the temple where we left.
Look, there's
Whatchamacallit, all those sessions ago.
looks to be somewhere that we can actually light a fire in there.
Jason's character.
Yep, so as you enter what appears to be an entrance hall, there is a wide stone room with 5 pillars. The north wall is partially collapsed, and there are corridors leading off to the west and east. You can see in either room a like unlit either temple offering bowls or like braziers or some sort of
Braziers.
large fire making ability. I'd like you all now to make a perception check.
Is that with advantage for me?
No, this is not a sight.
It's not a sight one. Figure off.
Ooh, I can see things good now.
Thoroughly middle of the road.
That was thoroughly average, pretty much all the way across the board.
Yeah.
Apart from
Apart from me, I suddenly became really perceptive after
So-
finally getting an uninterrupted night's sleep.
Darkness is his friend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So, Kassar,
Yes.
you can hear something.
When you say something, what do I hear?
Breathing.
Oh, motherfucker.
Large, long, deep breathing.
It's the dragon.
I'm going to motion for everyone to stop moving. Just sort of put my hand out as sort of like a flat palm.
No, hand up, clench fist. Stop.
Viva doesn't understand that. He carries on.
As quiet as I
I'll walk
can.
over and I'm going to grab Duvar
I will come over and restrain. Also,
and I'm going to whisper to him, "Shut the fuck up."
I,
And
I
I'm going
will-
to turn to the rest of them and say, "There's something else in here." But it sounds, if I'm right,
It's a
like it
rat.
may be sleeping.
Okay. I suggest then we
Okay.
move as far out
So
of
we
this
have a sleeping
building
mouse.
as we can.
sleeping
Nice.
dragon.
I suggest if we rest here, we rest quietly and do not make too much noise or fuss.
Yeah.
And Duvar is not allowed out of anyone's sight.
Okay. What do you think to my plan of moving as far out as safe in the cave? I'm guessing whatever this is you can hear is deep in this place.
I'm gonna go check it out and see if I can find out what it is.
Okay.
Everyone stay here and just relax for a moment. I'll be right back.
I'll give you guidance before you walk out.
Okay.
Do you also have a torch or something? Just because otherwise
Really?
you'd be blind very quickly.
I do not have a
Do you
torch, no. I
Don't you
can
want a
light one.
guy?
though.
No offense, but don't you want to go with night vision to go and actually? This is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
I could give you my scimitar, and that gives you a cast light up to
Just if
15
you hear
feet,
something, can I?
and then dim
Hold
light
on,
up to
guys.
60 feet.
Hold on, guys. If you're hearing something breathing in the darkness, go waving around a bright light is probably not the best thing in the world. That's what I'm trying to say.
Coming
I
from
will-
the turtle that want to wander off.
I would agree with you, except the point that both myself and Cortel being the one that can see in the dark, are wearing such heavy armor. We're not exactly stealth machines.
And you are not going anywhere, Turtle. Not after last time.
I can't see in the dark, so
Yeah, I'm equally willing to hand you a torch, whichever you think is best. Whether you want to take like scimitar or a torch is up to you.
Well, I will motion for you to pass me one of your daggers.
Okay, I'll hold one of my daggers up to Kratel.
I'll touch it and cast light on it, which it gives a 20-foot radius of bright and 20 foot of dim. You can also, if you cover it, the light can no longer be seen.
Right, okay. So
Okay.
I think with the dagger sort of glowing, I'm going to sort of try to half hide it with my cloak so that it's only producing dim light out through the cloak, and then I'll tell everyone that I'll be back momentarily.
Okay.
At which point I'm going to move to here.
Okay, so ahead of you, you will see a room that would once had windows that faced the outside, but they have been covered in snow and rocks. A unlit brazier that seems to have some burnt kindling in the bottom, and a passageway leading northward. I'm just going to give you your light, and then we can.
Yep. I will stand still. Okay. So I'm going to move up to here, braced up against this wall, and see what I can see in the next room.
Okay, so you see a room that has 4 pillars in it. It has passageways leading both north, west, and eastwards. From
Okay. And trying to be as quiet as possible, I'm going to move inside this room and up against this wall. And then sort of shimmy across and see if I can look into this room, this main room here.
Okay. In the main room, you see lying on a straw bed a old man.
Do I sense anything odd about the old man? Is the breathing coming from him?
The breathing seems to be coming from him, and it is sort of inordinately loud snoring. And now, as you're getting close to him,
Where is he situated in the room? If you can just ping him out for me.
I will drop a toe.
Thank you. Stepping inside the room slightly, do I see anything else around the room at all?
And make a perception. Okay, dotted around the room, you will see great piles of coins that are unfamiliar to you, as well as other objects of fine craftsmanship.
Right, okay. Do I notice any of the items and what they are?
With your 24, you will notice several what appear to be like crowns. At least a golden and gem-studded mace. Some things that appear to be mechanical inventions. And lining one side of the room, or in the center of the room, there is a carved obelisk that appears to be made out of sandstone. That is not like anything else in this place.
Okay. With that, I'm going to leave and head back to the guys. As I reappear, I will motion for them to gather round. I'll say, in the room behind this one, and I'll point through the semi-ruined wall, there is an old man sleeping surrounded by great treasures. He looks like an old man, but the fact he is here alone with such great wealth worries me.
I have spent a lot of my life training to face the great adversary that is a dragon. In my past, I have learned dragons can take the form of people. Not all of them, but some of them, and they do like their treasure.
I suggest we rest quietly, do not disturb him, and then we decide what to do then. But I'm not certain that we should do anything out of place until we're rested.
Agreed. Also, the wall, is it possible to see through any of it, or is it completely, like, obscuring it?
Yeah, it's like a wall of
Like
rubble at the moment.
like a cave in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I say we can probably light one of the braziers in the rooms, but we should just take a short rest and not linger.
I mean, I can walk round to the doorway and have a look and see if it's even.
By all means, but I don't want to risk waking it.
Yes, I would.
If
My-
he is a dragon and you wake it by walking around there with your heavy footsteps, we're in no condition to fight him.
No, I agree with Kasa. I think our best bet is rest and caution.
Okay.
I'll say we should take a short rest, not a long rest.
And then decide once we are rested somewhat, make a decision of where to go from there.
Yes.
Okay.
So you are going to take a short rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And we will end the session there.
Can we take our short rest in terms of doing that?
We will get to that next session.
Oh,
Okay. So a few bits of admin to go through. So Cluck, you will have leveled this session, so you can, if you've not already done so, apply your level 6 trait.
Okie dokie.
And I will quickly work through XP. So while we're doing that, just anybody still watching, thank you. If you like what we're doing here, please feel free to give us a follow. We we normally broadcast on a Monday. If we can't be here for a Monday, we'll put up a message and we'll be back Tuesday or whenever. But generally, it's Monday from 7:30 p.m. UTC. Yeah, and yeah, so drop us a message, give us a follow. The guys here are fairly new to this. I've been DMing myself for about 4-5 months at this point, so it's always nice to get tips and pointers. Is there anything anybody would like to say to anybody still watching while I go through and sort out XP?
Sorry.
We're a load of bumbling buffoons.
Also, okay, nothing. All right, so
Nothing.
hopefully we'll see you.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
My apology covers it all.
Yeah. So hopefully you'll be back with us next week. But until then, have a good one.